Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Nick.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
We got John Busdecker on the couch today.
Hey, get
You
on
good? You need to
the
take a swig?
Oh, it's loud.
Is it loud?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I'm good.
Guy
I'm good.
Tori
Yeah.
had his headphones blasted.
Guy Tori.
He's been doing this a while, so
Yeah.
usually your headphone, your ears.
Oh,
Start,
mine are gone.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though, is that, like, I do have permanent, like, hearing loss, but I don't know
How
like,
bad it is.
Right, because there are things that I can hear just from doing this for so long that no one else in this room will hear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll
me
be
too.
and I'll be sitting here. Yeah, you were
Like
trained
what?
to do
What
it.
are you hearing? Like
Like I can
A
hear.
little buzz.
Yeah, I hear
or-
her.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
One of the ones that drives me.
Tom farting.
But no, he never farts
They're
in here.
silent.
He never farts in here. I fart in here.
All right.
I fart in
Good
here.
to know.
It's like power plugs. I can hear. I
That
can.
was a fart.
I can hear Samantha. Did you really
went-
fart?
No. I was gonna say Sam has never heard me fart.
No.
In the
I don't think.
history of
I don't know
the
if I've
show.
ever heard you fart.
Yeah, no one's heard me fart.
No, not even your
my
wife.
son, no, my wife
ain't
and
farting
son.
Do you
Around
fart
your
around
wife?
your sons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a blammer off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I fart in their faces. I've been doing that for a
Oh,
while.
I farted Maisie's face, but she farts. She cranks major
Do you light
farts.
them up?
I
With
Have
a
you lit
lighter?
one yet to
They-
show them how it light them?
You bullying your kids because you can't bully anybody else
No, I can bully other people.
when they're littler than you.
Andrea will not let me
EJ.
light farts. She says she does not want to teach that to Maisie.
Oh, what? You have to teach her that.
Cause she
The safe way to do it.
do your boys
Teach
like?
them at home.
No, serious question. Do your boys light candles?
They've used lighters
Yeah.
before, but
Maisie
they're-
has free reign. Like if she wants to light candles, like she can. Like I'm like, go ahead, do your thing.
They can't work.
Run the stove.
A regular bic.
Oh my
No?
God, their little lily fingers.
Yes,
can't.
yeah.
Oh, Maisie
It's not
can.
strong enough.
Maisie can run it off her jeans.
She can do a backflip.
She has like
Yeah.
she has a match on her
Our
tooth and
teeth,
she's
yeah.
No, but seriously, she
Yeah, straight
uses
six-pack.
She uses the lighter, the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
where you have to pinch it to let the gas
This
out.
has gone too far.
They're strong as fuck.
She's stronger than her
You
dad.
gotta give them a little
Maybe
bit of
get
grit.
those kids
If they
some-
can't light a lighter,
kids first Zippo.
my God, man.
Do they make one? Do they make a practice Zippo for the tricks?
No.
They
There's
used
got
to
to be
make.
an 8-ball Zippo that you can get those kids.
They used to make a fake Zippo that only opened. It had no wick inside. It was just for doing tricks. Because there was a time
I used to
when
know how to
doing
do that.
tricks with a Zippo would get your dick
Yeah.
sucked.
Well, they have.
That's a true story.
They have the child-proof, like flat, smooth, child-proof on the actual. Like
Yeah, they put the slide over
Yeah,
it.
the slide, and you have
I
to
used to-
press
I used to break
hard
those
on
off.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you rip that off.
You
What are
take a
doing?
needle nose and you
Yes.
just bend it until it breaks.
I don't have that many lighters anymore.
Yeah.
I used to have more when I
Oh,
smoked.
my
Busdecker
God.
knows.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I used
Oh,
to
yeah.
have a lighter on you all the time.
Yeah.
Now I
Of
have to go and go to the candle drawer
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the drunk
I
drawer.
Did you ever
apologize.
light your cigarettes on the gas stove?
Yes. Or the toaster.
I never did the toaster.
Toaster.
Oh, yeah,
That's a poro.
I
Oh,
never
I've done
did
them on the
toaster.
electric stove, the flat where it's
Yeah,
just
flat.
glass and there's a red circle.
Never done that.
And I'm,
Oh, man.
puffing off that.
Wow.
Oh yeah. That,
Hey, listen.
and
That
heroin
means
alley.
Just for times, buddy. Just
Well,
for
that means
times.
it was fairly recent because, like, really? I mean,
last
like,
week.
Heroin alley.
No, the only time I've ever lit a cigarette off an actual oven eye is the old gray, the ones that when you run your fingers on them, you're like, ew, what is that? It's like made of like
Coils.
It's like a
old
filament
metal
coil.
coil. Yeah, and I'd light it on that.
Just
And
red
there'd be
hot.
there'd be marks on there. My dad used to light all of his cigarettes off the stove.
there's a bunch of little circle ash marks
Yeah,
around.
all
That's how you
over
know
it.
you're King Trash.
Trash.
Anyway, sorry, we had a bit of a
We've
trashy
all been
moment.
a little trashy.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, our favorite smokers here. We love
Non-smoker.
Yeah.
But,
Former
but you're
smoker.
just smoking in the shower.
Yeah, I don't want my health insurance company
Yeah.
to think I'm smoking
Correct.
over here.
Yeah, Busdecker is.
Mo giving you that health?
Yeah.
He's the hand of Mo. I've been watching Game of Thrones. He's Mo's hand.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like, you
I'll
know,
take
yeah.
it.
The king's hand. The king always has a hand,
Yeah.
and Busdecker is Mo's hand.
That's
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
a couple
Littlefinger.
things.
I'm Littlefinger. Twists and turns.
We've got a BDM only party coming up in April.
Yep.
Mo's actually a sponsor.
This
of
is
that.
why I'm here to make sure you announce our
Yeah.
sponsorship.
And this is one of the best ones
Plug
ever
it.
because we are in negotiation with like an entertainment company, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're
we got
doing
a
some
show
things.
involved.
Can I say that? Did I mess it up?
Anyway,
Yeah.
you
Do
have
I need to know what this is before I sponsor?
No,
this?
you will. Actually, you will like this.
All right,
you'll
all
like.
right.
You'll like this. It's not. It's
Maybe
not,
you won't.
You never know.
I don't know. I don't know what
I don't-
Busdecker likes. So
I know he likes
I know
shark's
what he
tooth.
likes.
I know that. This man, shark's tooth, crazy.
we plan to send the invite out to this on Monday. So you got the weekend if you're not a BDM to sign up or to check your BDM
Check your
status.
account. Make sure you're up to date. Make sure your credit card's up to date. Make sure your email address is correct.
We also have in a corporate time live show we're doing in the end of May 31st.
The Get to Work Tour.
That
One night only.
The information will go out to BDM, but we're actually doing an ACT live.
It's Tom and
gonna
Dan and Nick Schwartzen.
and it's going to be broadcast live
Live on live.
on the radio.
You guys are doing it again. Live on live,
Yeah,
baby.
we're doing live on live.
And so that'll go out to the BDMs first, but that'll be up, and we'll be promoting that next week.
It's something we've never done. We have never done a live ACT with an audience. Like,
that gets broadcast on the radio
yeah.
live.
This could be the nail.
I'm
This
sure,
could be
I'm
it.
sure the sound's
gonna
going to be
say,
terrible, like all the
This
other
almost
ones.
sounds like
Do we
a,
trust our listeners to be cool, bro, in the audience?
No,
I don't know.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
trust
for
them.
sure.
That's why they have to stay outside.
This will not go right.
no.
I mean, something.
I'm already regretting it. Like just the
I
fact
don't
that
even
you
care
said
anymore.
Casey, I hope you're ready.
Just the fact that you said it, you already plugged it. I wanted you to call that old man and say, "Shut it down.
Yeah.
We're not doing it."
I love that
What's
old
the
man, by the
over-under
way.
on
Sweet.
technical difficulties?
Oh,
on this?
100%.
Oh.
It cannot go
It's gonna be-
perfectly.
Okay.
Impossible.
I'm already thinking about what beer I'm going to drink when it goes horribly wrong to get drunk and hide backstage like I did at OLE.
And then also Pints and Paws coming up next week. So
Yes.
it's an awesome beer fest that really, Paul, generates an insane amount of charitable money.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Last year, over 100,000
Yeah.
that he donated to animal charities.
Really?
Like, yeah. He's about to hit $1 million in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that money, like, not that that's the total revenue. That's what he's writing a check to the charity,
Right.
which is insane. I mean,
Because
Busdecker
you
knows-
wouldn't do that.
Oh, usually there's expenses.
You know what?
Paul's
I
got
thought-
27 companies.
Yeah, he's got a lot of
More than
we
that.
got 2.
I do believe we've done more than
Actually,
100,000 for Yellow Brick, though. I think that's a real number. I think over the years that
Total?
we've done, I think we've done over 100,000. I think we have a number that one time that Juan told me, and I was like, "Wow, that's impressive." We did.
No, yeah, true. Yeah,
We're heroes too.
Yeah, but that's over the span of
and ours is kids.
10 years.
Ours
Yeah.
is kids. I put kids over dogs. That's just me. That's just
true.
me. That's just me.
You should probably get a holiday.
So
I would love a
We
holiday.
do have a Tom and Dan
That's
Day.
Yeah.
true. When is that?
April
April.
17th.
Oh,
Yeah,
April
yeah.
17th.
During
It's-
our BDM
It's
Appreciation Week.
also my wedding anniversary.
wow.
does it actually carry on? We never
No,
asked the mayor.
it doesn't.
Yeah, okay.
I did
Well,
ask the
goddamn
mayor.
it.
No, I did ask the mayor. I asked the mayor, and they're like, "No, these
Just the-
proclamations are just for that year.
Oh.
In order to have it carry over, you'd have to be a hero." I was like, "Fuck you!"
What the hell?
Yeah, I just yelled, "Fuck you!" at him.
It carries
I
on.
typed
We'll just
it.
say
I
that.
typed
No
it.
one can know.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, nothing can be done." Like, what are you gonna do if I say
Yeah.
today is Tom? If I say every April 17th,
Our word against theirs.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Tom and Dan Day. What are you gonna go look it up? What are you gonna arrest me?
But it's the actual R word. I'm sorry.
You have a little piece of food on your
no,
lip. A little piece of food
Buffalo
on your
chicken?
You've been okay. I have to address something. This is the second day.
What were you looking for?
This is the second day in a row that you've done something that grandpas do, and grandpas
Okay.
notoriously get one piece of food on their lip, and,
No,
and then they talk the entire dinner with that piece of food on their fucking lip, and you keep doing it. And this is the second day you've done it. You stop being a grandpa.
I haven't been sleeping good lately.
Aw,
I
what's
can
the
tell.
matter,
I
Grandma?
can tell. I can tell.
I think I've been too healthy.
He told me
Your
that this morning.
body's freaking out.
Yeah,
no
I'm not
alcohol,
joking. I'm
you're
not
training.
Yeah, yeah.
Busdecker, he
Oh,
said that
your
this morning.
body's
I go, don't
tripping.
tell me anything. We'll just do
Yeah.
this on the show. He comes in this morning and I'm like, what's wrong, buddy? He goes, I'm too healthy. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're
Yeah,
too
people
healthy.
are
Yeah,
what
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
asshole.
How can he be too healthy?
That's how I think this was happening to me because I slept way better when drinking all the time. And everybody says like, "Oh,
He's
my
freaking
sleep
out.
got better." I'm like, I fell asleep great drunk, fast. Now I just sit there thinking in my fucking head till 1:30 in the morning. Anyway, Busdecker.
What are you thinking about?
Everything.
Oh,
What
it's a
is it
tapestry
he
of
thinking of?
nightmares.
So many
Yeah.
things. Anyway,
I bet you I could write one thing that you thought about on a piece of paper, show it to you, and make you laugh. This is a new bit.
I
I'm
would
doing.
say Grandpa
All right,
Tom's
let me
probably
see.
upset
It's a new
about the
bit.
border crisis or something.
let me see. All right.
This is a new bit.
I'll try to wipe my brain clean.
All right, I'm going to show you and you only. This is.
I'm gonna try
this
not
is
to
something
laugh.
that I think that you thought about.
Okay.
Ready? Look. Did I get you? I got him.
God damn
Did I get you? It isn't true. I got
Did you
him.
guys
Draw
have
a picture of a penis
Yeah,
and show
This is a
someone's
new
gonna
bit.
look at the paper. I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
I'll
say
eat-
it's
I'll
true.
eat it.
I'm gonna look at the paper.
I'll eat the paper.
Share with the class.
All right.
No, I can't. No, it's too close to this.
No,
I'll share
yeah,
during the
you
break.
can't- Don't
I'll share
even
during
get
the
it.
break.
No, don't even get it.
I'll share during the break. I'll share during the
Okay.
break. I will. I promise.
right.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
He has
I'll-
no feelings to share it
No,
now?
he can't share it now. It'll make him so uncomfortable.
He
It'll make
has
his,
feelings.
it'll
He
make his
doesn't know
teeth
what they
pop.
are.
This is a bit. This is
Okay.
supposed to keep people in suspense.
So I'm looking through social media, seeing what's going on.
Somebody in the chat room said it was Sabrina's torch pubic hair. That was it.
I did think about that for a while
Goddamn.
after.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Sabrina was on our show this week and
yeah.
talked about how she had her pubic hair lasered into a torch.
And then I was like, what if she seduces me?
I knew it.
Because no one would believe me. They were like, no, she don't,
And then
don't
you're like,
you.
I've seen the torch.
I forever think that when I'm hanging out
Yeah,
with
yeah.
her. I'm like,
And I'm
she's-
like, what if she just got curious?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, you know,
I always
what
think
would
it would
be
definitely
like?
be. It would definitely be one
And
of
she
us.
would
Yeah,
choose
like I'm not
you.
really
Is
into
that what you're
guys,
thinking?
but
Yeah.
maybe I'll fuck Tom just to see what it's like.
Yes, it's seducing
Because
me.
Tom's cool.
Yeah, let's see what
Yeah.
that good stiff fucking would be like.
And then she stayed at the Air T&D that one time, and I
Stinks.
imagine,
Don't talk about this.
Like I imagine like fixing a plumbing problem.
Yeah, in tiny jean shorts. You're fixing the plumbing
typical
problem.
fixing the
You've got
plumbing.
tiny jean shorts. You got your
Bringing
hard,
the pipe.
He has a hard ass now. Tom has been working out so much. Yesterday we went to the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. Thank you so much for having us out, guys. With this
He's getting hot. He's gonna take his
30
jacket
seconds.
off.
Oh, yeah. That's
30
how this
seconds of
starts.
being there. This guy sits down with he has a square Minecraft ass, and he broke a chair with it. He just sat in a chair and he goes, it just broke the chair.
Do you really know how to fix plumbing?
So I know the basics. So you got the flapper
He doesn't
in
know
there.
how to do nothing.
All right.
The valve
all right.
fills it
No,
up.
no.
I could.
Maybe
Plumbing,
that's the dream
Plumbing
part of
isn't
your
just
dream.
toilets. It's there's a lot of plumbing.
plumbing is the easiest of all trades.
Go.
No offense. Modern Plumbing, great
Yeah,
sponsor.
modernpi.com. The
Beautiful
easiest
sponsor.
sponsor we have.
Tracy.
This is
Beautiful sponsor.
Beautiful sponsor. Beautiful
That's
Don't
all you
cut
need to
this
say.
out.
That's all you need to say.
modern PI. Okay.
So I'm searching through social media, and then all of a
Forgot where we're
sudden,
going here.
Busdecker pops up.
Oh!
All right. And Busdecker pops up, and he's
He had his shirt wide open.
Yeah,
and
he's-
rocking
yeah.
the
He's an
double.
influencer.
And he was rocking the double shark's tooth.
yes, and
I saw that.
and
I'm like,
he's
who the hell's this guy think he
he's
is?
living the life in Key West, right?
I honestly,
then I'm
when I
like,
saw
what?
that, I'm like, he's full swinger now, right? Like this guy is full on living in Key
Yeah.
West.
And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what is he? I'm like, maybe he's on vacation or whatever. He's on there multiple days. Then all of a sudden, I see him flying back. He's on the company time. And then
I
I'm
never
like,
know when he's in town.
Yeah.
You
and then
fly
I'm-
more than Taylor Swift.
And then I'm like, what is he doing in Key West?
Are you a bussy?
Yeah, we gotta. I'm a bussy.
I'm a bussy.
I'm a bussy.
So wait, I'll say the first time I was down there for work with Mo, that was a conference I went to, and then I had to
Sure.
come back,
Uh-huh.
and then I had to go to
Yeah.
a wedding.
Pussy
so when you
conference.
so when you saw me with the shark's teeth on,
That was in a totally
Totally
separate
different.
world.
I had to
Shark's
go back
tooth.
down
The
there.
shark's
Oh.
tooth that's a good look
I
for
was
you, dude.
so Anyway, I was at a store with my wife and her friend. They were shopping for a wedding gift, and I was just messing around, and they had shark's teeth, so I thought it'd be funny to put them on. I didn't buy those shark's teeth.
Oh, when I
didn't
was a
buy
kid,
'em.
I was a shark boy.
Oh, when I was a kid, I had one
Did
from
you wear
Myrtle
it?
Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one from Myrtle Beach too.
Yeah, it was a black one.
Yeah,
it was a
me
black
too.
one and a leather chain or whatever.
Did you fall in love with the Key West
No.
lifestyle? No?
Actually, the complete opposite.
Really?
I have no need to ever go back to Key West.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, it's not.
Every time I go to Key West, I'm like, I can live here.
Yeah,
I've
I'm-
never been.
You're
so
not
tell
mad.
me
So wait,
why
so
you hated it.
I
love
think
it.
you should go. I think everybody should go once.
Okay. To hate
Key
it?
West is better. I was in Island Marata on the way to Key
Oh,
West.
okay. Oh, yeah.
So there's first of all, if you
doesn't
like the
count.
beach, there's no beach down there.
yeah,
Right.
Alamarada is.
Yeah, you're pronouncing that terrible.
Yeah, all the
Gargling marbles over there.
all the cities.
He hasn't been sleeping well.
That's true.
It's that word I've never been able to say.
Isle of
Oh,
Marata?
just that word? Okay.
Well, how do you say it?
Isla Marata.
Isle of Marata?
No,
Isla.
Isla.
Isla
Yeah.
Marata. You can say that.
It's the Keys.
Thank you, Porky.
And the West one is the best one.
Wait a second. Are you running on that platform? The West
just
one
saying.
is the best one?
All the small towns, they got shit. They got nothing.
Try
And
that in a small town.
Yeah. Look at all these shitholes.
Anyway,
So yeah, I'll
you
give
don't
you.
like
Key,
it?
Key West is fun. Like it's fun for a few days. But I wasn't there the second time. I was in Isla Marata. It was just like nothing there. Like
Yeah,
there's some
that-
houses, a few restaurants. I could get that in New Smyrna Beach. Like I don't have to drive 7 hours
Yeah.
That's true. That is
just to go there. But
Key
Sam,
Largo-
you should go.
Okay.
You should go.
The middle.
You said there's nothing there.
No, Key West there is.
Key
Yes.
Largo is good. Key Largo, Key West, and all the cities in between, kind of shit.
And
they're
it's
small.
far. Like it takes forever to get
Yeah,
there.
that's
From
another thing.
I was in Isla Marata. It took 2 hours to get to Key
You
West.
got that Mo plane hookup.
I can't drive the plane.
Just
Like,
have Mo take you.
Yeah, don't they have a pilot? Can't you just say, like, take me down the Keys?
I'm not like a Saudi prince. I can't just go wherever I want with the
on.
plane.
Yeah,
Mo
man.
would be
Your
like,
bus.
absolutely not. Get to work.
You don't get a free, like, you don't get one free anywhere you want to go?
No.
I feel like you should get one free.
I'm sure
Yeah.
if I needed to get somewhere and I asked Mo, he'd probably.
You needed to get to that wedding.
No. Anyway, you should go to Key West, Sam.
All right.
Check it out.
Yeah, I like Key West.
Have you
I
been
mean,
to Savannah?
Yes, I have.
It's like Savannah, but in the Keys.
It's Party Savannah with your shirt
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bathing suit. And then
old people.
And then
And
Old
contortion, a lot of
people.
contortionists.
yeah, it's like
Like
New
street
Orleans.
performers,
It's,
yeah.
it's
smaller.
It's like if New Orleans was an island.
Yeah, okay,
like,
yeah.
you know,
I
it's
haven't
kind
been
of-
there either.
You know, it's like you can open container everywhere. All the bars are cool. The
What if I don't drink?
Well, it's
Should I
less
not-
cool.
should I not go?
Yeah, it's less cool if you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
drink.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
everything.
You don't
is.
drink, don't go.
Okay.
I mean, you could get nude at one of the crazy bars.
Yeah, they have like
Alright.
nude bars where you just go
Eden
up on
bar.
the
Eden
yeah.
bar.
Or
yeah.
is it Eden Bar? Or is that
It was Garden of Eden,
a
right?
Garden of Eden? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. There's usually a old man's dong out.
Yeah.
So you can look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they sit on the wooden...
I can get that here.
Yeah.
Busdecker, I have to ask you a question
Uh-huh.
because I'm fascinated with how human beings act, and I'm wondering if you are wired like this too. So
All
I
right.
had a situation that happened Wednesday where my truck broke down,
Mhm.
and a couple things happened which I am still questioning in my head, and I don't know
It's definitely
why
your
anybody
fault.
acts like this.
How old's
So-
your truck?
Not that old,
All
but
right.
it
There was
works.
gas in it?
It works, and nothing was wrong with it. I'll explain.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
no.
so this whole because I've been tired. Like I
We
have
know.
to-
Yeah, yeah,
we
you
know.
told us.
So
Tired old
my
man.
my routine has been
My
screwed.
routine.
All this hard work you're doing, just
I-
sitting and talking all day.
Well,
Well,
it's-
his motto has been get to work. He's worked himself to death now.
all
Well,
right.
it's also the training, right?
yeah,
It's like
it's
That's
a
what I'm
stupid
saying.
triathlon.
yeah, it's
a-
not really this. I feel
I
like
think it's a
ramped up.
combination.
honestly, I feel like this is the relief that he gets from the training. The training.
he
No, it's
doesn't
not-
seem relieved right now.
I mean, more relieved than he is when he's like thinks about going to training. I'd like, oh my god.
So anyway, my routine's been thrown off. So I've been making my own smoothie in the morning instead of going to plant a smoothie to buy it every
Yeah.
day, which I did for years, right? So
What do you
now
put in there? You put some ghost
No,
blaster powder. And you put,
J Rob protein.
yeah, you gotta go J Rob.
With Zubas.
J Rob's the best, man.
And then some spinach.
He's the
some-
godfather of peace. J Rob.
So anyway,
You eat the J-Rob?
so
I don't know.
J-Rob egg white protein. Look it up.
Yeah.
J-Rob's badass.
they're not a sponsor. I want them to be.
Yeah,
but-
we want him to. Reach out to him. Say, hey, I'm a J-Rob man.
So I've been doing this for the past 6 months. I haven't been going to my normal smoothie place, which so in this.
They miss you. They think you're dead.
Okay, well
Yeah,
this
I
plays
bet they
into
did.
this. So
They called the house.
I didn't get a chance to make my smoothie. I dropped the boys off, and then I was like, I'll just old school, like 6 months ago. I'll grab
Just
a
swing through and show them how good I look now.
I'll grab a
Hey,
smoothie.
sweeties, look at these lambs.
And so as I'm pulling into the smoothie store, my truck dies, and it just dies totally. Like,
Maybe it needs a smoothie.
and like no electric response. Like I turn the key, nothing, it's dead.
Yeah.
Right. So but I pulled into the parking space and
So
it
you gotta
died.
get your smoothie.
Well, I looked out
First.
So then and by the way, I do this thing
I mean, you're already there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
you might as well, I guess.
where if something goes wrong in my life, Daniel, he'll understand this. I call my wife immediately.
Yeah, he does.
But there's nothing she can do about
Yeah,
it. I'm like, my truck broke down. She's like, what do you want me to do?
I just wanted to tell you.
Had to tell somebody.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
and I'm
gotta
like,
get it out.
Don't have friends. Needed to tell someone.
I guess I don't know why I'm calling you.
How far away
Sure,
from
then
home
I'm
are you?
a
How far
baby.
away? How far away from home are you?
Down the street, but
All right, a
so,
couple
so,
miles.
so then I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm like, well, I'm already here. I'm hungry. I need to get a smoothie.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and then so I noticed the guy is another smoothie boy I didn't tell you about.
Oh, it's a new one.
No, well, it's
who's this?
It's been 6 months since he's been there.
Yeah.
I've
Or
known him for
has it?
years.
Oh, you've known him
For
for years.
years.
One of your auxiliary boys.
And then so when I walked in there, he's
Not
like,
the main boy, but like your secondary boy.
he was like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while."
Oh, looking great, Tom.
Holy shit!
You look amazing.
And then I immediately started defending myself of
Whoa,
why
wow.
I haven't
You're
shown-
a psychopath.
And then I
I'm
was,
sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
Where you been, buddy?
he was like, "Oh, yeah, you haven't been by in a while." I was like,
you
"Oh,"
cheating on us?
and I was like,
Oh, no, sorry, I'll suck your dick.
I said, no. I was like, I just decided to start making my own smoothies.
Can't be
my-
that
Oh,
hard.
that's the worst thing you could say. That's like if you go to the car lot and they're like, where you been? You're like, I decided to go with someone else. Like, why would you say that?
No, I didn't go with a different company. I was just
but
making
you
my
don't.
own.
You don't say you're making your own.
But then I was I started blaming Crystal's. Like my wife started bitching about the expense every week.
I do that too, though. I blame every expense on Andrew.
And
I'm
then-
like, cheap bitch.
And then I was like, they're not as good as what you do. I started telling him that his is better.
Hers tastes like mummy bones. Yeah.
And then I'm like, mine are not as good. They don't, whatever.
So really juice it up for me. I missed the flavor in your
I
smoothies.
feel like he was giving me a guilt trip the whole time. But
Did he
anyway.
say anything? Or he's just staring at you.
No,
No, because it was a blanket fucking statement. He just was like, oh, haven't
why
seen you in a while.
The kid
He
is like,
wasn't-
why the fuck is this guy talking to me so
Yeah.
much?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Just tell me
Which,
what
by the way,
smoothie you
Tom,
want.
this is anxiety.
What?
You doing
Yeah.
this,
No.
that's anxiety.
100%.
You
No,
feeling like
I'm just-
you have to explain to the smoothie boy what you've been doing for the past 6 months?
I'm just overthinking. I'm putting.
Yeah, that's anxiety.
Hey, Smoothie Boy, I wrote it all down so you can read it later. This is
because
where I've been.
If I was him, I would have been like, "Where the fuck you been, old man?" I'm like, I was used to.
you would.
No,
you
you
gave me a
would. You
dollar
you wouldn't
tip.
even notice.
No, I would think that in my mind.
No,
the
you
same
don't
old
notice
man gets the
things.
same shit. He gives me a dollar tip. He's easy.
But
because
you don't notice anything.
I tell him some stories.
If you walked in, you'd be like, oh, another old man. You wouldn't even notice it was the
No.
same old man.
No, he had no. It's the same day every day. I go in the same time. I didn't tell him about the show. My
What'd you
life.
get? What'd you get?
Anyway, okay.
They make
so,
you a big boy? What'd you get? A jumbo?
Is there a question for me? That's
Yeah,
how this
yeah.
all started, right?
That's just part of it. So
There's
then,
3 parts to the question.
Yeah.
That was
All
part
right.
1.
So then I go and I sit in my hot truck, drink my smoothie, and then I'm like, what
Why
do I
didn't
do?
you sit inside?
Yeah.
So
Because he didn't want to be around that uncomfortable
wanna-
guy that he
Yeah.
felt the need to tell him a fucking 3,000
You need to catch
stories.
him up on the last 6 months of your life.
There's a lot to talk about.
So
No, no.
I'm trying to
Really,
find an
though?
interest for Tommy. Tommy likes this.
it was so awkward. I'll never be back. So I'm sitting in my truck. I'm like, what do I Google mechanic. The first one that shows up. I
Wait,
was
you
like,
just put mechanic
That's
in
his new
Google?
thing now. He's like,
Yeah.
all you need is to say, like, I need my truck fixed. And then you say it in your phone.
normally I'd go on the BDM page and be like, hello.
Like, how can I get free help? Who can
yeah.
come fix my car
Yeah.
for free?
But
I'll
I'm
hook you up on the show.
Yes, yeah, that. But I've gone.
You also
I
notice
got
I've
past
never
that.
done this. I've never done
No,
this.
no, Daniel.
I
Got
have
past-
never, not even one time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am like, I would rather rather.
It's beneath him.
Got past me.
It's not
I've gone
beneath
through
me.
everybody.
It's
here.
not
It should
beneath
be.
me,
It
but
should
people
be.
have problems. That page is for fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't go there. Well, help me! I need a free dirt bike. I need a free trailer. I need a free car. I need tires.
I saw a BDM. He made some bad life choices. He's like, I need money, help. And then he took it off.
He
He's like, you know
deleted
what?
it.
I just feel bad for asking. And I'm like, well, I can't ask for help. Oh, listeners feel bad.
He did. He took his GoFundMe
saw-
down. And it's totally fine to do that.
But I want to. So
You want to start a GoFundMe for your truck?
No. I just want the BDM to be like, I'll fix your truck, Tom. And then I just sit there and they come and fix it.
Are you going to give them the stories, or are you too tired to give
So
them the
I
full
just
stories?
Google mechanic, and then the first one that pops up, I just call, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm broke down. Can you send? I'm sure you have some sort of tow truck service.
Yeah. Do you not have AAA?
And no, I don't got it.
You should get
That's a
AAA.
I don't
goddamn
have AAA
scam.
either.
It's
I
worth
do.
it. It's worth it.
That's a
It's
goddamn
like $70
scam.
a year.
I've never had it, never needed it.
Any
I have.
Any company named because they wanted to be first in the phone book, I do not use it.
Okay, I like
I don't
that.
think that's what AAA stands for.
I know that's what I think.
Yeah, when you're like
wanted.
AAA locksmith, I know your plans.
Anyway, so I called the mechanic. They're like, all right, we'll send a tow truck. I give them the address.
How
and
much
then
was that tow truck?
And wait,
How much was that
just
tow truck?
factors
It
into
wasn't
it.
bad. I was surprised.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, God damn, it's hot as hell. And then
Put your windows down.
I finished
Your
my
smoothie's
smoothie.
If only there was an
melting.
air-conditioned restaurant right next to me.
That you purchased something from.
So then I'm like, I'm gonna
Go
try.
drink it in the bathroom in the Planet Smoothie.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Just
try.
sit on the toilet and just lock the door.
I'm gonna try to start my truck.
There you
again.
go.
I try. It starts on that
All
back
right.
up.
Hey, you're a mechanic.
Perfect.
You're a mechanic.
And then I'm like, dude, it was dead. Like, nothing worked, and and then when I started it back up, like the screen and the radio rebooted. Like it was like my whole truck had died. Like none of my presets were
Okay.
there. So
I
something
think
happened.
you got to lose wire.
Yeah, something happened. So then the tow truck driver calls.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm on my way. And I'm like, oh, my truck just started. And he's like, well, do you want me to cancel it or keep going? So then I thought,
Cancel it.
well, that's what the old Tom would do. But then I'm thinking, what would Dan Dennis tell me to do? He'd tell me
Which
just,
one, me or my dad?
no, you.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, what if I break down on 436 on the way to the mechanic?
Right.
Then I'm pushing my truck. And then,
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
you
then
call.
Look at you.
Your legs are
yeah.
blown
I'm
off.
You're having
paralyzed.
some forethought. This is crazy.
I've never heard this part of the story. You kept this from me. I didn't know this part.
Yeah, because I would say and then I'm paralyzed. My sons are like, my dad used to be able to play with us, but he wanted to save $100. So
That sounds very- yeah,
He broke
yeah.
down on 436, and some person
Because
looking
he
at
took
their
a gamble on his truck.
Yeah.
How far away were you from this mechanic shop?
about 15 minutes down 436.
But there had to be a closer one.
He called the first one on
but now
Google.
that you
Google
can-
said-
Call
Yeah, but-
AAA mechanic.
Yeah, but now that you can drive there, it's probably a mile away.
yeah, but what if I break down to 436?
Well, then you call him back and say, now I'm broke
Yeah,
down again.
but then I'm sitting on it, people are honking. No,
they're not.
It's more awkward that way. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I put my plate.
People are
and then I
zooming
have to-
past
If
you.
people break down
I don't
and I
sit
have
there
to
like a
pass them,
granny.
I always honk.
Cars don't break down while you're driving them. They usually break down when you're
No,
starting
they
them.
do. I have been
And
in
then-
cars that broke down while driving.
And then people
And one
s-
was the grift truck.
People say,
Yeah.
especially old people,
Multiple times, right?
People turn on their emergency hazards and just sit there.
I
People are
know.
driving
I
around them.
honk at those people. I yell at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I
out
try-
the
I
car
try
and
to-
push your
I
car
try
out
to
of the
scare
way.
them. I yell at them enough to scare them. Like, why do you, like that kid I yelled on the bike yesterday when you guys were with
Yeah,
me?
that was a little scary.
When I had an anger
Yeah.
moment, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, me and Sam were like, oh, this
Tom
motherfucker's.
quietly whispered,
Yeah.
that's a bit of an anger.
Yeah, I was driving.
Why are you mad at a kid
I was
on a
driving
bike?
out of Bay Hill, and this kid on an electric bike like shot across the lane, and it's dangerous, and he like wanted to go, and I was gonna let him go, but then I decided to go, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I was like, flame on, man.
So anyway,
All right.
I
Yes,
decided
it made Sam quiet the entire ride home.
Yeah.
that instead of paralyzing myself in this
I'm
fantasy
proud of you,
I've
dude.
had,
Not sure that
or
would've
breaking
happened,
down,
but-
yeah, I would just be like, yeah, just show up, and I'll just tow it, even though it fucking works. Maybe it's on the brink of breaking down. I don't know.
Good call.
So then the guy calls me back, and this is the question I have.
All right.
So the tow truck driver calls me back, and he's like, He's like, hey, where you at? I'm at Arby's.
I'm gonna get you something. You want some tater cake? You want a Jamaica shake? What the fuck you want?
So Arby's is like 2 businesses down.
They got the meats. What do you want?
So I'm like,
Did you drive down there?
no. I'm
Our
like,
mechanic shop is in Arby's.
no, I'm like, no. I'm like, you're down. You're a little bit, you pulled in too early.
Yeah.
I'm down here. Here's my address.
Yeah.
No, just walk to Arby's.
It's 25,
Wait,
whatever.
Did you tell him you were at the Smoothie King?
Yes,
Planet
yeah.
Smoothie?
And he's like, well, where do I go from here? Tell me.
Help.
And I'm like,
Help.
and then,
He's telling you help.
I'm
You
like-
called him for help, and he's like, help.
but I'm like, don't you have a
No.
He has to have a GPS as a tow truck driver, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't it? There's a GPS. Like, I'm like, here's the address. Go to the GPS dot. Like, don't you operate? This is standard operating procedure, right? Well, and then he made me tell him, and I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, which way
made
is
you
east?
give him directions.
I'm like, I don't know which way is east.
Did you get out and you're like waving your hand?
Yes, I went to the 436, and then I'm like, I'm
Ghetto as
I'm
hell.
standing on the corner, and then I see him down by Arby's, and I'm like, see the guy waving his hand. He's like, I don't see you. I'm like, I'm far, and then I'm like, why don't you have a GPS? Why? And then that bothered me. So then he tows my car, come here.
Do you sit with him?
I'm bitching.
Do you ride with
no,
him?
I Ubered here.
Really?
And then
So you just let him take the car.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish you'd had to ride with him to the place. I love those awkward rides.
So I
I
don't
remember
even know.
doing that with my dad. I remember doing that with my dad and being terrified because we were in some weirdo's
Yeah.
tow truck.
Imagine being a woman.
Oh,
One of
God,
those.
it's scary.
It is
I
scary.
just sent my truck to some mechanic. I don't even no idea. Like I don't even know the name of it off the top of my head. It was just the first one I googled. So then
You're trying to do it quickly.
So then the mechanic calls me, and later on that day, at the end of the day, after we're done recording,
Hey, I'm at Arby's. What are you
and he's like,
round 2?
he's like, he's like, I did some tests and
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
You
And
do it.
he's
You
like,
do it.
You got old brakes and transmission
Oh
fluid.
yeah, now he
Yeah.
wants to charge you
And
$1,000.
there's Pediasure everywhere in
he's-
this thing.
he's
It smells
like-
like a diaper.
He's like, your truck starts on fire. It works. And I'm like, it died completely. He's like, works now. He's like, I don't know what to tell you.
So you owe me.
We put it through the test. It works out. Come get it whenever you're ready, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right. So I guess but I know something.
Yeah.
You know, it's
There's a short.
I don't know.
Somebody in
you
the chat room said that he had a short in his truck, and the way he diagnosed it is by leaving it running and sticking a broomstick in his engine bay and just beating the fuck out of it to see if it shuts down. They're, oh, that's it. And I'm like, I mean, that does sound like something you would do.
So here's the second curiosity.
No, wait, first of
Oh.
all, you didn't ask me any questions.
Okay, sorry.
But like, so you had to pay for the tow, right?
Yeah.
$100?
Yeah, it was $100.
Shouldn't have got that tow.
Well, no, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think that was bad. Like, I mean, I've had tows.
Yeah,
that
but if
cost
you would have
way
drove
more
over
than
there, it would have been
$100.
free.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
it
know.
would've.
Believe
It
me,
would've.
that went through my mind. So I then I show up. I Ubered back over to the mechanic to pick my truck up.
Mm-hmm.
So I Uber.
Man,
I've
you're
never,
out a lot of money for nothing wrong with your truck.
I know, believe me. So I show up in the Uber, and then it's a stereotypical mechanic.
You take Uber Black, right? The
There's-
nice one. Take the nice
No,
one.
no, the
Treat
cheapest
yourself.
one.
No, treat yourself.
And the stereotypical mechanic where there's there's open bays, right?
Yeah.
And then there's cars in the bays, and then there's cars in the parking lot that are like the cars that have even been fixed
Done
or
cars.
waiting to
Yeah.
go into
Either
the
you're
bay. or
going
whatever.
in or you're done.
And my truck's sitting right there, right, like plain as day, right in front of the place. So
You
I
didn't just go get your truck and go, right? You at least went
Got
in.
his
no, they
keys.
got the keys.
Oh,
yeah, that's what they do.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the
It would have been funny, though.
Go steal from them.
It would have been funny had you had your second set of keys to just take your truck, and then because you didn't want the
Stealing.
awkwardness of talking to the people.
Yeah.
They'll repo it from me. I think they'll go and
Repo your own car?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
under
you owe them money.
if you don't pay
Oh, gotcha.
the mechanics,
Yeah, there's something-
lien or some
yeah.
shit. Anyway, so the Uber driver drops me off, and then I walk in, open the glass door, walk in. There's someone talking, the stereotypical desk, and then the computer, and then there's rims around it.
Yeah, gotta have rims.
And then there's a door into the
Yeah,
bays.
into the
You know,
bays,
they're
yeah.
always yelling, it's like, Frank, get in here!
Yeah.
You know, so. And then so I walk up, and then I'm like, hey, how you doing? I dropped my, someone dropped my truck off this morning. You guys said nothing's wrong with it. It's sitting right out there. I just want to pay my towing bill and the diagnostic fee and get out of there.
Man, you overshare everything. I just been like, I'm here to pick up my truck.
Hi, I'm Tom.
What's your name?
I have a
Yeah.
podcast and a radio show.
God damn.
I have two sons, Tommy and Max. My wife's name is
Someone
Chris.
dropped it off. There's nothing. You guys told me there was nothing wrong with
I'm
it.
currently
God
trading for a
damn.
pineapple half
Well, I'm
marathon.
trying to
Tell them about your smoothie that you got.
I'm trying to give him all the information
Why?
so he doesn't
Just-
ask me.
David literally just need your name.
Because when I
There's a smoothie boy that I neglected, but he remembered that I was once there, that he made me a smoothie. They handed it to me. I was drinking it with this thing. I was sitting there for a long time drinking this smoothie in the hot heat.
And then the guy was at the Arby's and he couldn't find it.
So the guy looks at me confused and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I'm like, oh, my truck's sitting right out front. It's a,
it's the gray truck out there.
Silverado,
Yeah.
I believe. I don't even know the year. I'm like, it's
a
a
gray-
2017 or 16, something around there. And then Silverado gray right in front. It's right there. I'm like, looked out the window. It's like there. And he's like, we didn't ever worked on that. and I'm like, whoa. I thought the guy with the beanie was fucking with me.
Is this hard to deal with when you're tired? Do you feel like you're in a simulation?
Yeah, I'm like, what the? And
The
I'm like,
food's back
sitting
on your
out-
lip, by the way.
So then, I'm not joking. There's like, he's like, I don't know. And he's like, what year? And then he starts looking in the system. And then after all this rigmarole round and round, like, where I'm like, no, hold on, this is insane. I'm like,
You're starting to get a little hot.
And he's like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's what he says when he gets hot, by the way. He'll be like, well, this is
Sounds
insane.
like fraud to me.
And then he's about to explode.
And he's like, oh, maybe it's the mechanic right next door.
Oh, there was two shops next to each other?
Side by side, Busdecker.
Wow.
To the point where I
Bitter
open the door, and right next door to the door is a literally same again, like the bays are on the
Was this
opposite side.
did you take your truck to a self-storage area where they fix cars?
It was like a duplex where both sides were
Duplex mechanic.
but different businesses.
it was like left Twix, right Twix.
So here's my question: why didn't the guy immediately say, oh, it's probably the one next door? Why go through, I'm not joking, like 5 minutes of confusion?
Well, you spent the 5 minutes.
Yeah,
just
explaining your
explaining. If you would have
background.
just given your name, he would have been like, we don't have any truck under
I'm
that
sure it
name.
happens all the time.
Under
now.
here, it's probably next door.
But that's what drives me crazy. This for
And
sure
he keeps
happens
having-
all
But
the
wait a
time.
minute. Shouldn't you know where you took your car?
He didn't go.
Yeah, but like he called them.
Yeah, well, that's what the guy said. He's like, what's the name? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Then it's your fault.
And I'm like, it's a,
No,
you know,
I've done that before too,
Google.
where you call it. Like, no, I heard you. You were
Yeah.
like, I have the number, I don't have the name. Like, I've called the place, but I don't know
Yeah,
the name of the
it's-
place I
But
called.
how'd you get the Uber to go to the place?
But I knew the name. Well, I knew the name. It was there. He took me to the place, but there were two places side by
So
side.
you went
But
into
you
the
went in
wrong
the wrong
door.
I
one
went to the
because-
wrong door.
But you had to put in the address with the name.
I don't know if I can help you on this one.
Yeah.
Normally, I go along and I'm like a
On
ride or
the
die to
Uber,
hell.
you had to
Yeah.
put in the address with the name.
Yes, yeah. No. Well, the name did come
He
up when I
doesn't
put in
use
the
Uber,
address.
Sam. He uses Lyft because he's locked out of his
Well,
Uber. He can't
Lyft.
even get into his Uber account.
It never dawned on me that he would be so confused if the scenario.
Sounds like you're confused.
Okay, that's what
Which-
I was waiting
which
on.
shop
That's
to
what I
go
was waiting
to.
on.
Why?
BD and
Let me
Casey-
tell you, the thing about Tom, he doesn't like accountability.
BD and Casey got it right. He says there's no way this was Tom's fault. That's what I was waiting for.
But
Finally, someone with some sense.
if something, like for instance, when a stranger comes, this has happened multiple times.
It
in
happens
this
here. It
business.
happens here all the time.
Yes.
Like some random stranger will walk in,
Yeah.
and then when that happens, now sometimes it's confusing for us because we get a lot of strangers coming here for interviews,
Yeah,
right?
Right,
we do.
right.
We do.
So that's different. With this, there's no excuse. But if their stranger comes in here and looks confused, starts looking around, we'll say, "Oh, you probably mean to go next door." This
all
is
these
a
places
podcast
look
studio.
the same over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But why didn't this mechanic, when I said, "Oh, my truck," and he's like, his first instinct should have been probably next door. This happened.
Maybe he's tired and training for his.
I think his first instinct was, you know where you dropped your truck off.
Right?
Yeah, but if I look confused, wouldn't it automatically? That's what
No,
drives me crazy.
I know what
about
you're
that.
saying. And nothing's wrong with the truck. That's the update.
Yeah.
So
I
when
mean,
you went to
fine,
go pick it up from the correct mechanic, they literally said we found nothing.
Yeah.
Did you
Has,
tell
and
them that you
nothing's
went?
been wrong since you have picked it up?
No.
Did you tell the other mechanic? Did you tell the other mechanic that you went next door? And
No.
Yeah, he's too mad at his
Over
wheel.
explaining
Yeah.
again.
It didn't matter at that point. I just
Well, none of it mattered before either.
it's just why doesn't the tow truck driver have GPS, and why didn't this first mechanic immediately say
The
you're
same
probably
reason
next door?
why you didn't remember the name of the mechanic that you should have been walking into.
Anyway,
Lazy.
So what are you gonna do?
Nothing. I will do nothing. That's what I usually do.
So you didn't fix the brakes. You didn't do all that other stuff.
No,
there?
I lied.
good.
I said I'm gonna come back and do that.
Yeah,
I need to do
I'll
that.
do it
When I
next
get my check.
week.
That's
When
my
I get
favorite
paid
thing
on
to do.
Friday.
And I'd blame it on my wife again. I'm like, let me run that by the boss. I always do that one. I always do the boss.
I will do nothing until it eventually breaks.
And then you'll need to tow it.
Yeah,
For real.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, this transmission, $8,000." And then people will say, "Why didn't you just fix it?" It's the same thing. I'll never learn.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to take
Sorry,
a break.
but yeah, we do.
And when we come back from the break, we got some a lot of stuff.
Too much stuff to get to. Let me get some music for you guys. The name of the band is The Vaughns. These guys are great. The name of the song is Dimes. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Special guest John Busdecker right after this.
Something that I said. Well, give it up. Could we take a rest? Can we go back to another night? Look, I know the way to your heart, honey. Do you know the way to mine? I'll be there to hold us down. Baby love, I've been thinking too much. All these folks just want songs about blue love that I always choke, but I can't quit now on you. Give it up, no, too much to lose. Can we go back to another night? I know the way to your heart. I know the way to your heart. Honey, do you know the way to no matter how it all turns out, I'll be there to hold us down. No matter how it all turns out, I'll keep you real safe and sound. Look, I know the way it's going. Feels like different roads, but I know the way to your heart. I know my way home. Look, I know the way it's going. We feel worlds apart. Don't stress, we got this. I can always find a landmark. Back to your heart. Back to your heart.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Squirt. Squirt who? Squirt is P. You dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible
A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that squirt is P.
You were out there with your
couldn't even tell.
I've always liked it when a band does like the gigantic mega ending.
Yeah. The long outro.
Yeah, huge cymbals, drummers just. There you go. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
The food truck fiesta is this Sunday. Eric is going to be out there, so if you want to go out and get some Tom and Dan either giveaways or I know Eric sells cheap merch, you can go out to the food truck fiesta.
He has like a rack where he has like stuff that's discounted. He has new stuff that's unreleased, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. So go say hi to our buddy Eric.
So, Busdecker, I saw that someone stole your bike.
They did. I don't know if it was a he or a she. I'm going to assume a he. Yeah.
Most dudes are bike stealers.
Yeah. This was back in, it was about 2 months ago. I haven't been on in a while, but yeah, it was back in, I think, December. And I was actually going to do a episode
So they stole it for a Christmas present.
Possibly.
Heard that before.
Interesting.
But it wasn't during Christmas time. But anyway, I was going to go do a Bungalower episode, Bungalower on the Bus, and I was going to go meet up with Brendan and bike up there. And so I live in College Park area. I technically don't live in College
you
Park.
live in the hood, Bus.
No, you do not live
I live in the packing district. It's an up and coming.
Packing district.
Yeah.
It's a stretch calling it College Park.
There's nothing wrong with OBT and Silver
Nobody
Star.
went to college there.
So I live there, and I was getting ready to go, and I got my bike out. I had to pump the tires up, and I set my bike by my garage. And I've done this a million times. And it was like 5:30 at night.
Yeah, but like fast.
Yeah.
Was it like you went inside and you came back out?
No, so
that's real bad when it
No.
happens in the span of 5 minutes.
So I pumped up the tires. I put
Like
my
a
bike by
piranha.
my garage. And I went inside for maybe 20 minutes, 25
like
minutes.
20
Oh,
minutes?
that
That's a
shit's gone.
lifetime,
But
man.
it's right by my house. It's not dark outside. I'm home. I'm going in and
Well,
out
you're
of the
not-
house.
What are you going to do, pull your gun out and shoot him?
Well, anyway, so I feed my dogs. I'm all ready to go. I walk outside. Bike's totally gone. And I've had this bike for like 10 years. I was pissed. Because, like, I
What'd
get
you
around.
do?
Well,
Did you go looking around the street?
Dag nabbit, somebody yanked my favorite bike.
Come on, guys.
I'm going to go inside and meditate about this.
So I called Brendan. I was like, I'll see you in a little bit. I got to drive
Did you
up
call
there.
your old buddies on the sheriff's department?
I did.
Calling
I did.
some favors?
I actually did fill out a
If you
police
find
report.
my bike,
I did fill
murder
out a
them.
police report just in case, like, it was found somewhere. I could prove that it was mine.
I imagine like they're holding the guy that's got the bike and they're
No.
like, take his mask off, and you're over there slapping his face. You're like, you motherfucker.
I feel like
You know who you're messing with?
this may not be the case, but when the police file a police report for something that
They make fun of it.
that they
yeah.
deem kind of who
Yeah.
gives a fuck, you're wasting your
Well,
time.
they're not looking for my
I
bike.
feel very
No.
confident.
Yeah, but it's like
It's in case they find a bike and then they take it to the
Describe your
evidence.
cop. Describe your cop. Was he tactical in any way? Because if he did, he wrote gay on the
No,
side.
I just filled it out. No, I didn't call the police. I just filled it out online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Under
It's if they find a bike somewhere, they have to take it to the evidence or
Did you
something.
hit up some pawn shops? And look
No,
around?
I didn't go that far. I did drive around the neighborhood a little bit, just making sure.
I knew it.
Under description of victim, he wrote nerd.
Spineless,
You know,
yeah,
cop.
pencil neck geek.
So I ended up. So it was stolen. I had to drive up to where I was meeting Brendan that night, and I had posted something online on social media that said, "Hey, I had this bike for like 15
Did
years."
you put it on next door?
No, I didn't. I just put it on I put it on my personal Facebook
Yeah.
and just said, it sucks, but if you see this bike, it's mine. Plus my bike was really big. Like it was hard to
Yeah,
miss.
you're a big guy.
Yeah. So a bunch of people were like, "Oh, that sucks." Like whatever. So
I was one of those people. I
yeah,
was like,
thank
oh,
you.
man,
I
that-
appreciate it. I
that's-
didn't see Tom on there, but thank you,
He's
Dan.
probably laughing.
I was laughing. I had so many. I started writing a bullying post, and then I got distracted, and then I couldn't go back there. I'm like, shit, it's been too long. there's a window of bullying. If it's too long, it's old
That's
bullying.
like when
Lately,
that's
we've been
like when
catching him
you
posting on
commented
old.
on
Yeah,
Paul's
he's been posting
2-year-old
on like
post.
old 5-year-old posts. Like
Oh.
a couple
Funny.
of-
Who looks at the date? Anyway, sorry.
So I posted something like, this sucks. I'm gonna have to buy a new bike, whatever. I mean, it was an older bike, and
It was a classic, though.
Yeah,
Let's not.
It wasn't a classic. It was.
Well, it was a nice looking older bike.
I mean, I bought it brand new. It was like $500
What
when
brand?
I bought it.
Expensive
What brand?
bike.
I should know this off the top of my head. I think it was a Giant bike.
Yeah, it looked like a Giant.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so I posted that, and it was right around Christmas. So I was like, well, my wife will probably. This is going to be my Christmas present now. It's an easy one
What are
to
you,
get me.
5 years old?
What? You don't get Christmas presents?
Not a bike, because I'm a goddamn man. I'm like,
You just buy another bike.
yeah, I just walk out. I go to any bike shop. I'm like, give me the fastest one you got.
Anyway, I figured that would be an easy gift for her to get me. And but before Christmas, I had somebody reach out to me and said, "Hey, I saw that your bike got stolen.
How gay is that? No.
I have 2 bikes in my garage. If you want them, you can have them." I was like, all
See,
right.
I don't like free bikes because
No, I wasn't sure. So the woman who sent me the message, her husband used to run Visit Orlando. He was the head of Visit Orlando.
Oh, wow.
And he died like 10 years ago. He had a heart attack. And he was he was young. He was like in his like early 60s.
Oh.
Super healthy though too. He just one day
was he too healthy like
God.
Tom?
No.
Because Tom's too healthy.
Wait a minute.
My heart hurts.
He did have I believe he had a heart attack actually.
Oh man,
Super
that's
but he
what
was
happens.
her
Right
and-
there,
and
right there in the
was
wrong
actually- it was
automotive
actually-
parts store.
It was actually Olivia, the woman the pickles.
Oh, Liv's
Yeah,
Oh,
Pickles.
her dad was
Oh.
head of Visit Orlando.
Oh,
She's so
man.
sweet.
Yeah, so he passed away unexpectedly like
that
10
lady
years ago.
rips. She's the best.
Yeah.
Man, and her pickles are amazing.
And I knew her dad. I had done a story
Oh, man.
on him and what he did, and so her mom called or messaged me, and she's like, "I have these 2 bikes. Gary, his name is Gary. He used to ride all the time, but they've sat in my garage for 10 years, and they just sit there. If you want them, you can have them." So I'm like, "All right, well, I'll go check them out." And he was about as tall as me. I was a little taller than he was.
No, you
So
had to put that in there, right?
Yeah,
You
well,
couldn't
no,
have
because like a bike, you don't know. Like it might
Right.
fit you, it might not. I don't want to take 2
I
bikes that
can't
don't
ride
fit
your
me.
bike.
No.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
too small.
Yeah. So I didn't want to take something that I couldn't really use, but I was like, all right, so I'll go check it out. So I go to her house, and they live in Maitland, and I pull up, and she had 1 bike out. The reason I'm pointing over here is because there's 2 bikes over here.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah. I got it.
And
I'm
so
gonna ride my bike.
And then you're like, what about that other bike
No.
that's under the cloth? And they pull it back, and it's like,
So she had 2 bikes sitting there, and I was like, all right. Like the moment I saw one of them, I'm like, that's a really nice bike. And so I walk up to it, and it's
They don't know where they got it.
Well, no,
Scam
well-
this lady.
yeah,
out
I'm
of
gonna
it.
steal this dead man's bike.
So the one bike is like a carbon fiber bike that
Oh.
has like the small tires and all that stuff,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
other one's more of a mountain bike. And she's like, "You can just have them. Like I'm not going to use these ever again." And I think Gary would be happy that somebody could use them.
Somebody big like you.
And
got
so I was
them.
like,
not
oh.
quite as big.
I was
as-
like,
Oh,
well,
but she could sell them online and make money for
yeah,
her
for
family.
her family. Yeah.
But she was
For the
and
pickle
so,
company.
So when I asked her about the first one, the one that's made out of carbon fiber, I'm like, "This is a really nice bike. Like I know this is a nice bike. I don't know how much it is, but it's really nice." And she's like, "I think it was like $1,600 or maybe $2,000 when he bought it new." I was like, "Wow!" And she's like, "You can just take it." And so I got 2 new bikes out of the deal.
You better not. Don't lean them shits up against your garage.
No, they're not. They're not.
Were you like, at least
Busdecker.
let me give you something for your
Yeah,
time? Like,
I
at
thought
least...
this was gonna end with like you saying,
You
I
better
know.
buy a bunch of pickles, motherfucker.
I did.
Yeah,
I bought
better
some
buy-
pickles.
No wonder he's been buying all the pickles. I've seen him. He's like, look at these pickles. These are the best pickles. Now I understand
This
why.
guy took advantage of an old
I didn't
widow.
know.
You
No.
got bike guilt.
This guy took
No,
advantage of a
bike
widow.
guilt.
They've
He's got
sat
pickle
there.
bike guilt.
They've
100%.
literally sat
Cancel
there for.
bus.
I use them.
Yeah, this guy's a monster.
I bike all around.
This guy's
I
a
use
monster.
them. I thank them.
Thank them. It's a $2,000 bike.
I didn't
You
offer.
gotta fly him to Key West.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
find it.
you
You
gotta
gotta
give
at
him a
least.
vacation.
I mean, the very least 2 shark tooth necklaces.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, anyway, I
Are you gonna start
appreciate-
biking with Mr. Tom Van over
Yeah,
here?
you want to start a bike club?
Sure,
We started
sure.
biking. He doesn't like to bike
Oh,
with me.
bike
though.
club.
Yeah, I'm biking by myself.
You guys are gonna start a bike game.
Yeah, I want to bike with Tom more, but he told me I can't even ride with him today.
Did
So
you
I
bike-
gotta-
did
I
you
gotta swim
bike
ahead of
here?
time.
No,
Oh.
I just got to do it after the show.
But he doesn't
Alright.
want me to see him in his jammers.
Oh, do you wear like the spandex?
No.
He wears
I
the
don't.
whole bib with the
No.
zipper.
Oh,
and
really?
he's got
No.
the
He's got a
crucifix.
onesie.
He's got the crucifix necklace that dangles as
don't.
he's hauling ass through the streets of Italy.
Let's talk boxing.
All right.
Let's get off this gay biking shit.
All right.
So it was just announced yesterday that, and we talked about the possibility of this happening, and we said, and we went back and forth whether or not we thought that it could be
I did
possible.
not think that this would ever happen. 100%. I know I said that this would not happen.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Thinking that, of course, Jake Paul would want this, but there's no way Mike Tyson would come out of retirement to fight someone, some YouTube boxer. As far as like he's got a status of Mike Tyson, and why would he even take the chance? He is the only person that has, that could. It's a lose-lose situation almost. If he beats up Jake Paul, of course he beat. If he loses by accident, by something, then you got beat by some YouTube boxer, Mike Tyson.
I mean, no matter how you cut
lose.
it is very much, to me, in my opinion, it is one of the greats doing something silly. It is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's not going to generate money. I'm not saying that they're both not going to make a payday. I'm just saying if you're the best or considered one of the greatest boxers of all time, to go and step that all the way down into something that's not even real.
Exhibition. Yeah.
It's weird.
So
it's weird to me.
But it's probably because that
it's Netflix,
They're
right?
speculating that this could be the most.
They're not great at live events.
The Chris Rock one sucked.
But maybe
the Love Is Blind reunion fucking sucked. I tried to do a whole Twitch live show on that thing, and it never aired.
Yeah, Netflix needs to
How
get
do you mess up live TV? They've been doing live TV
Netflix
for 100 years.
Netflix hasn't.
Yeah,
just hired another company
You
that knows
would
how to
think,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, I guess they want to do it their own, but like both things that they've done that I know were live were messed up.
It's the streaming aspect, because I believe every probably municipality, has different streaming strengths and services, and so they're probably working with a network. It's not like cable TV or something, it's like tried and true, where it's like everybody has different streaming, and then if it gets overwhelmed in your area, then it shuts down. Probably companies.
You knew
like
how
that.
excited I was about this yesterday when we were coming back from the Arnold Palmer, right?
Yeah.
But I slept on it, and now I honestly don't know what I think, because I think the whole thing's a work, and now I'm not interested. Now I'm out. Because I'm like, the whole thing's just fake. I don't even want to.
You don't think they're going to hit each other?
I think they are going to hit each other, but not the way I want them to.
There is, and if you talk to any boxer, there are ways to put on a boxing match where no one could tell. It's basically kind of like sparring, because when boxers spar with each other, they're not going usually full on 100% for knockouts and stuff. Like you give a percentage less when you're sparring, and I think these fights have been described, certain of especially like when Floyd Mayweather or stuff, like treating it like a sparring match, just putting on a show. This could be that. This could be Mike Tyson really trying. I mean, no one knows, but it's speculated to be the most watched boxing match in
All
human
time.
history.
Yeah.
And I think it will be.
I think it will
Right?
be too, but I also go back to my original statement that it is what sucks is that the purist, I believe, and we have some, Jesse, we have other, friends that love boxing that listen to the show. I think they're going to be like, oh man, you don't want you want the Super Bowl to be the Super Bowl. You don't want the Super Bowl to be
a goof
like
thing,
La Petite Academy versus Puppy Bowl shouldn't be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a bad example.
I mean, he's 60 years old, right? 57?
He's 57.
He'll be
He's
58 by the time
All
he
right.
fights.
But all these videos are coming out on TikTok and stuff of like Mike Tyson training at his age now, and I mean I'm not a boxing analyst, but he looks fucking scary. I wouldn't want to fight him.
He's never not looked scary.
Right.
Now in short bursts though, and I'm sure.
But he's older. He's
yeah.
gonna be slower. He's gonna gas out quicker.
That's a thing
That's
too.
just life.
How many rounds is it? It's gonna be interesting, and I feel like I'm gonna watch it, especially because it's on Netflix for free. It's not being pay-per-view. So that's my other question: how much did Netflix pay for this to be a free event for the world to watch? Because
it's not free. You're paying for Netflix.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but what I'm saying,
but it's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right.
Most
They're not
people,
putting a premium on top of it.
Yeah, and so because in pay-per-view, if you went the pay-per-view right, that's
Now,
why Floyd
do you
Mayweather's
think,
$100 million.
Even though it's Netflix, to get more revenue, do you think they will interject commercials?
I thought they'll sell sponsorships, right?
Well, definite sponsorships, right?
No, I don't think they'll
for
do
the fight
commercials,
itself.
but they'll have the overlays of like, Starry.
Yeah.
I mean, they're banking on you subscribing that. Like,
Yeah,
I if you drop your Netflix account, okay, oh my God, I got to get Netflix in July. It's
Which
in
a bunch
July,
of people
right?
did do recently.
Yeah, it's in July when this fight
Yes,
is, right?
Yes.
July
Yeah.
12th.
So I'm sure people will cancel August 1st. But then all those people are going to forget, and now you got another.
Yeah. Oh,
all
yeah,
those
that's
people
part
are
of
on
it,
You
August.
got like 15%
Yeah.
stayed or forgot.
Yeah.
So because of this, and it's not pay-per-view, I wonder if they'll announce how much Tyson got paid to do this fight.
People in the chat room are throwing around 20 mil. That sounds low to me.
Yeah, I mean, what's it cost to do a series of shows on Netflix?
Well,
$100 million?
They're cheap, dude.
Or a movie, or like a big movie on Netflix.
I think that Netflix is notoriously cheap with their budgets for their
Their
original
original
content.
But what Stranger Things cost?
It had a good budget. Not its first season, I don't
Not its
believe.
first, but
yeah,
now.
it's
$100
Now,
million?
sure, yeah.
probably around that.
So is this less than $100 million?
I don't think so. I think 20 million sounds low. I said like I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
But you know what's weird is that Jake Paul and Mayweather, they got a huge payday, and Mayweather, I forgot what the end result was, but it's way more than 20 million when they did their goof fight. Why not do it like that? Because Tyson is going to get more ratings than Mayweather. More people would pay for Tyson than Mayweather.
Yeah, absolutely. Which would you rather have, though? Would you rather have, I mean, and this is a legitimate like business question, if you're doing something like this, would you rather have the most amount of eyes, or would you rather have a steady flow of people buying or would you rather have the money?
The money.
No, but
At this point,
but
like,
they're
if I was
both,
Tyson,
they're both
I'm-
different variations of the same thing. If they're just energy, right? Like, I
Well,
mean, like,
depending on what, if you were like up and coming, you want the exposure, right? Because that
or
you
if
could
he's
probably,
got marijuana businesses, podcasts, movies. I don't know all of his other. I heard he's a serial businessman, kind of like Shaq, right? Isn't Tyson like that?
I think, yeah, but I'm not as good of a businessman.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tyson's
Shaq's like really good. But my point is,
Although Tyson says some smart ass shit,
He
sometimes
does.
like very introspective stuff, where it's like, God damn, that came from Mike Tyson. he'll like pontificate about like things, and I see him in clips on TikTok.
my
but,
favorite is the one where the
but then
two-
also it's like, yeah, aren't you a rapist?
Did you see the
Yes.
two? Did you see the two hosts that were getting mad at Tyson and that he apologized to them? Like they thought that his answers were like the worst answers.
Yeah.
And he was at the very end. He's like, "I'm very sorry. I'm terribly sorry to both of you if you thought I was being angry in any way. That's not the what I was trying to do to you at all. I'm very, very terribly sorry." I was like, "Oh my God, look at this guy,
Also,
ridiculous human."
I guess this will be the last of it because I'm sure we'll be talking about this as it gets closer. But I immediately started looking at the odds because I'm like,
Of course you did.
And then
Well, we caught him in the car when we were walking in, right?
I started checking all my books, and Bovada had him up, and then I'm looking at, and Jake Paul was a heavy favorite. And so I was like, that's interesting because the world.
Did it change it all overnight?
It's changed because at first I jumped on Tyson. I'm like, oh, the world's going to bet on Tyson because just in people's minds.
It's what people want to happen.
And people are like, oh,
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Jake. Oh, Tyson's going to kill him.
And
Like,
that's the older aged end of the bet. Like the whole chat room, they're my age. They all want to see this Jake Paul guy get knocked out, right?
Yeah.
That's the nostalgia factor.
And money is pouring in on Jake Paul. And now I have a bad, like, I bet the Tyson number, I think it was like plus 210, and it's going up. Like, so money's pouring in on Jake Paul. So that tells me maybe something's afoot. Like someone
Can you
knows
read that
something.
quote that you put in there, Sam? That's pretty good.
Because I know gambling and the world, the public money is going to bet emotion, and that's Tyson. And for whatever reason, it's going to Jake Paul,
Which is
right
weird.
at the beginning right now, at least. And maybe as it'll change as we get farther along, but so I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating fight to watch, though.
So in an interview, Tyson said, "I'm not going to come back for $10 million. I might not even come back for $20 million. You start talking $50 million, there's going to be a different conversation."
So you got 50 million.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That would make sense.
Um,
And that's about the number I thought. Like I could see them both getting $50 million.
At least.
Or Jake getting less because he's not Tyson.
That's a lot of money for Netflix to shell out for one event.
But it'll be the most watched sporting.
Yeah.
You could say it might be. Well, does it have the potential? I won't even say this. Does it have the potential to possibly be the most watched sporting event of all time?
I don't think so because it's free to watch it on NBC, the Super Bowl and all that, or CBS.
the
or
World
Fox.
Cup
Okay.
will always beat it.
Stream.
Yeah, now that I would
streams.
say
The
yes.
most streamed
Sports
being on Netflix.
Okay, it'll be top for Netflix.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
and it could be the most viewed boxing match of all time, which
Okay.
I've already speculated.
I would watch it, and I don't even really like boxing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, of course, because it's such a
It's a
novelty,
spectacle.
and it's
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I know Mike Tyson.
And
And
all-
everybody famous that is super famous will be there. That it's not who's not going to want to be a part of it. Like
course.
very
They're-
few people.
They're doing it
Where's
in,
that?
in
Dallas.
Dallas Stadium.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're filling that goddamn
Ah.
monstrosity up, 100,000 seats plus
Yeah.
the field now. So probably get 120,000
Should
people
we
there.
go and broadcast live?
It's-
We
I
should
know.
go. We should buy 2 nosebleed
Talk to
seats
Jerry Jones.
straight to the top.
Hook you up.
Also, I mean, you got to give it to Jake Paul. This guy started as a YouTuber, started boxing, and boxed his way up
To
to
Mike
fight
Tyson.
fucking Mike
Do
Tyson.
people is he a good boxer?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't follow
People-
They
boxing
say he's
enough.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard
For
people
as,
that know.
for as short of a time as he's been boxing,
but
he's
it-
really
but,
good.
but now it's been like 7 years.
Yeah, but even that, to some people, especially as old, most of them grow up boxing. And I guess he
That's
kind
true.
of did, right, with his dad. And
Like
stuff.
boxers
Well, he started as a
respect him
teen.
as a boxer.
I've heard analysts say that he's decent
Oh,
boxer.
Yeah, that he's
All
pretty
right.
good.
Obviously, he's not going through the ranks and becoming number one, but because he's been training
he
hardcore for
doesn't-
7 years. He's had the best trainers too. He's a millionaire trainers.
Yeah.
And
He
if you,
doesn't need to go through the ranks. He's doing his own
Yeah,
ranks. He's
yeah, yeah.
creating his own ranks.
and you don't need ranks. I mean, like in his goal,
Where we're going, we don't need ranks.
well, because there's no other boxing match that he would get paid $50 million, even
Right.
if he's getting paid that. He's
Most
probably taking a
boxers are
lick.
not getting $50
No.
million, not
No.
even close.
And so for him,
Good for him.
to work his way up to Mike Tyson, and then think about how he feels. Like, man, you are now fighting Mike fucking Tyson. Like,
Yeah, like I
he
said
grew up
yesterday,
watching
no
him and
matter
all-
how you get there,
and
you got there.
Hangover.
Yeah, no, true.
He's a little young for Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but Hangover, that
Yeah.
guy, he was younger.
The face tattoo, he knew what it
Yeah.
was.
I mean, so it's crazy that it just goes to show you that you could parlay
anything.
fame
You
into
can do anything,
you
kids.
can.
I don't think it is sanctioned. The chat room's asking if it is a sanctioned match. I don't believe
It's
so.
too much bullshit.
I don't
when
think
they
it can
sanction-
be. It's a 60-year-old man.
No one cares. Also, like the viewers that are gonna watch it don't give a fuck if
No.
it's sanctioned. Like they don't know it. Like
They don't care about the rules of anything.
No, they just want to see Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. Now, whether it's going to be real, a lot of people are like, it's going to be exhibition.
You'll be
or-
extra skinny by then. You can dress like Glass Joe, and I'll dress like
Hippo.
Piston Honda.
Oh, isn't there a hippo? Isn't there a guy named Hippo on there?
There is what was it? A bald bull,
Yeah,
King
bald
Hippo.
bull.
I could be
Yeah.
King Little.
Have you
King
seen the
Hippo.
memes? They're coming out with
Oh,
Mike Tyson,
yes.
and then is it Don Flamingo? They're using as Jake Paul. They're side by side.
That's awesome.
Real quick. And then we'll get to some dumb amount after this. But there's another question I've got for
Ooh, I
Busdecker.
love a good question.
And this is more of a parenting thing.
I have no kids, so go ahead.
But I'll run it by
There's
you.
none that you know of.
Because it dawned on me the other day that this may be like a parenting hack that I stumbled upon, right? So we're like my boys always want to like delay their bedtime every single night. It's like all they could do is like try to delay their bedtime.
I don't have any of that. Maisie puts herself to bed.
Yeah. No, it's a
She's
constant
like,
fight.
it's getting late.
You're like,
Good night, Daddy.
I want to
I
stay
must
up late like
retire.
Dad does.
Yeah, they-
I'm
Dad
only-
doesn't go to
I'm
sleep.
only saying to contrast it.
Yeah, they always want to stay up late. So I was like, hey boys, how about you?
Kids sound cooler than you already.
They're really cool.
And I'm constantly betting them too, like things like we bet all the time.
Okay.
Teaching his kids to gamble, yeah.
Who's
Oh,
winning? Who's
betting.
winning the
All
most,
right.
Daddy?
That's the life. That's the parent hack.
Well,
gamble with your children for their bedtime.
I'll just because I want to teach them like how to look at betting and understand like
You want them to respect betting.
yeah. Well, what am I
Healthy
risking?
Just like guns. You
Uh-huh.
got to start them
Yeah,
early
yeah.
so they have proper
Yeah.
respect.
What's my probability of winning this? What am I
Make them
risking?
smoke a whole carton of cigarettes.
What can I win? Sure, it's life.
That'll teach them.
Life is a gamble.
Make them stay up all
What are they-
night and
what are-
pull an all-nighter
What
and go
are
to
they-
school the next
Wait, what are
day.
your little kids betting on?
No, I wanted
Bedtime.
to understand like the risk versus reward. What should I bet? Like everything's a bet. So anyway, so I'm like, let's play a game of chess. Both of you guys versus Dad. Whoever, like, if I win, you have to take.
You
your
seem like
shower.
more like a checkers man than a chess man.
No,
right?
that
Dang.
whole
I taught him
family
chess.
plays family plays chess.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to play chess.
My pop taught me. I taught my sons young.
Chess
could
and
see-
bowling. It's the man way.
We were a Tiddlywinks household, the Dennises.
And so I'm like, you versus me, and if you guys win, you'll get a half an hour extra of bedtime. You know, you get to go to bed at 9:30. If I win, start a half an hour early. Right?
Love it. Oh yeah, that's the risk.
So we start playing chess, right? And I'm happy because now they've got
Because
something
you're an
online.
adult playing kids in chess. That's why you're
No,
happy.
no, because they're
great. I can beat these kids.
they're using
Canny.
they're using teamwork. They're into it because they want to win that half an hour.
yeah.
So it's 2 against 1.
2 against 1. They're using teamwork.
Kids, two kids versus an adult.
But are you banking on them fighting with each other?
Yeah, but it's 2 little
No,
Toms.
They're cooperative.
They're cooperating
Okay.
with each other. They're like, hey, don't move there. Like Max will recognize something. Like Dad's gonna get you. So I'm like, yes, this is like all I want to do is teach my sons lessons they never want to hear.
Okay.
I don't like, but if I teach them some sort of valuable lesson, like I get so fulfilled out of that but it never happens because they don't listen.
You
They're
talk
like,
about it. It is a bit of a rarity.
But
yeah.
it's happening now. I'm like so happy. Like, oh, they're strategizing against. They're into it.
Yeah.
They're teamwork.
They're learning manipulation.
They're learning to get better at chess, thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Like they start thinking. So anyway, I'm happy that they're learning it, right? And so I'm playing whatever.
And how long does it take? Because does this add into bedtime?
right. When did you start this game?
Because I was like,
That's
these
it.
kids are geniuses.
I was
like,
thinking the same
they're just
thing.
going to draw out
yeah,
this
yeah,
game of
exactly.
chess. I was like, these motherfuckers are just like me. I was like, these are upper level super geniuses.
Good idea.
So and I'm kind of helping them throughout the way because it's me versus. I'm way better than they are. I
Okay.
blow them out of the water every time. Although they have beat me by. I've been so high.
So not every time.
But
The opposite of every time.
But now it's near the end of the game, right? And I see a couple ways I could beat them, right?
Right.
But
Like
I'm
Bobby Fischer over here.
but then I'm like I'm gonna open up a way that they could definitely beat me, checkmate, but they got to see it. So I make a bad move.
Oh,
and I wait.
really?
And I wait.
Not on
Yeah,
purpose.
on purpose.
On
On
purpose.
purpose.
Man,
Because-
you make bedtime so complicated. My God. Like,
This
Jesus
is
Christ, just go to
Holy
fucking bed.
shit.
Go to bed.
The other night we were playing laser tag around the house.
No, dude,
For
it's so
bedtime?
hard.
No wonder they don't want to go
It
to
was
bed.
8:30 at night.
No,
I'm hiding
dude,
in a
you gotta
tree.
mellow them out.
You give him a 2-liter of Coke and a
I'm
bunch
not
of
allowed to do
Smarties?
that. I'm not allowed to
Every
do that.
night is a new game and
No.
new challenge.
No wonder they don't want to
This
go
is
to
not a
bed.
parent hack.
It makes them too crazy. I mean, Andrea's like,
Oh, yeah.
Andrea makes me do
You're
anything
hiding
I
in a
do.
tree at 8:30 p.m.
Everything I have to do has got to be mellow at night. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
you keep
you
your
gotta
voice
settle
down. You got to
down.
get ready for bed. You got to get ready. You got to get in the right mindset.
I don't want to go to
Guy's
bed after
playing
hearing this
Manhunt
story.
at midnight.
So I open
And then
it
he
up.
goes, I'm so tired. I'm like, yeah. Because you just
Can't
played.
get any sleep. He's
You
playing
played a
laser
2-hour
tag.
fucking chess game with like the Grand Wizard as a jigsaw over here trying to set bedtime.
He's doing lines of cocaine off that chessboard.
So they see the opening. And,
Who got it?
And then, but they got it together. Like, wait a minute, hold on. And then and checkmate. They won. Half an hour later.
I still think you didn't do it on purpose. I think you had a bad
No,
move.
no,
and
no.
you're telling everybody
To make
that,
up.
yes.
I
Hey,
lost
it's his
the game.
story.
All
It's
right,
his
that's
story.
fine.
So
we
then-
weren't there.
They're like, yes, we're the best. We beat that, and they run off, and they're like, yeah. They tell their mom
Fuck
immediately.
that old man.
They're like, we beat that in
That's
chess.
stupid.
Half an hour later.
Yeah, they're chopping their
Yeah.
crotch.
We're the men of the house now.
So
You go
Push
to
him
bed.
down.
You go to bed.
Smell my butt.
So then immediately I started getting regret. I was like,
Fuck you! I let you win. Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind, I was like,
Mind out.
should I have not let them win?
Yes,
Right?
of course.
Don't be Dan. Don't be a bad dude.
No,
you
no.
did all. You got to keep your mouth shut. I
Like-
get mad like I'm a sore loser.
No,
You
but
can't do
but
that.
is it a bad lesson to let them think they're better than they are? Like and let
Well,
them
you
win,
gotta
right?
let that one go and don't tell them that.
And then because now they think they're awesome at chess, but
And they suck.
they're not that good. I let them win.
But they saw the move.
Yeah. They did see the move, but it was obvious. I just left
But
my
if they
king.
didn't see the move, he would have been mad.
I left my king open easy. But so then I started getting regret. I was like, oh man, I'm a
you
horrible
dare. Don't
parent
tell them.
by letting them win. Like if I was a good dad, like Tiger Woods' dad, would have never let them win. And that's how
He
you
turned out great, right?
yeah, he's a maniac.
But then I thought, well, my mom used to let me win all the time, and
Look how good you turned out.
and then
And that's why you think you're the fucking best at everything.
My dad would never.
And
let
this
me
is
win.
why you're in a triathlon right now. And this is why you lost the whale wars.
and I was
I
like,
forgot it was called that.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
I think I'm better than I am.
Yeah.
And
No,
then,
we know you're.
I'm the best.
and then lots of people out there that are in successful positions
You wanted the best, you got the
think
best.
they're
yeah.
better than they are.
Yeah.
And if they actually lived by their own ability, they'd be be homeless.
Be humble.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's me. Like if I actually was cognizant of only living by my own abilities, I'd never be nothing. and so then I was like, well, maybe I do
back to it's a good thing.
Yes, I want them. Now I started.
You're giving them
pumping up their confidence. Yeah.
Is this why you were up so late?
His brain doesn't shut off.
This is excruciating, man. Like,
This is my life.
You gotta calm down, dude.
So I'm thinking now I want to just constantly train them to think they're better than they are with everything, so they grow up.
So no social awareness whatsoever.
So they grow up thinking they're awesome, but they're not that good. Because I've seen
But you
successful-
hate influencers.
Yeah, but they're successful. All I
Not all
need
of
is
them.
the end result, not all of them. But I've met, and so has everybody, and John Busdecker, you've met people that hold high positions in life, and you think, how the fuck did this guy get here?
Yeah.
And then
That's what people think of me.
No, you know how to read and all.
You got the goods.
You know how to read.
You're college educated.
I'm not going to let you say that. That's not fair.
I'm talking real.
You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We've seen
I'm talking to myself. But like people will get to in high-ranking positions and have no business being there.
Right.
And the way they did that is thinking they're better than they are.
Yeah.
Seth Petrozelli. Follow me with this. I'm guarantee you, 90% of the people he meets, he thinks he's smarter than them.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah.
That's because he grew up thinking he's better than he is.
All right.
Yeah,
And it has
got
been successful for him, though.
And he's got a $100,000 boat.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
That's
and
all.
a hot wife.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all because he
Beautiful
It all
daughter.
worked out.
Yeah, it worked for him.
He thinks he's better than he is, and so that is a valuable human trait.
Do you want me to cut
God,
this out
is
and
he
send it to
annoying.
you?
And so I think that what's the downfall of thinking you're better than you are? And
So wait, what's your question for me?
What's the bad side?
Should you
teaching
send your kids to live with Seth? Is that what you're saying?
You got to have Seth's personality, though, right?
Not
I think you have a
necessarily.
specific type of personality to be able to execute that.
No, I don't have Seth's personality, and I think I'm better than I actually am.
I'm trying to think
I can
of
barely
other-
operate a computer. You guys have seen
No,
this.
but you don't think you're better at operating a computer than anybody.
No, but I should have no business
Running a business.
We're joking. They all heard me. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. You think you're better than you are. You're just like, I can do that. And you have no business doing that.
But that's what everybody does at some point, right?
Yes.
You're like, I think I can do that.
Yeah, you don't want to be the reverse, where
in
it's,
my-
I think I'm terrible at everything.
In my business books I've been listening to as
Oh
I'm
my God.
running, they
Oh my
tell you,
gosh.
they're like, just pretend know
Well,
what
I
you're
do
doing.
this too then. This is like how I
Fake
broadcast.
it till you make it.
Yeah, I think that's a thing.
But
I
we've talked
know.
about this. Like, the way that I broadcast is like that. Like, I have to pretend like there's a million people listening to me and think I'm the most hilarious motherfucker in the world. It's not true.
Dozens.
But I have to think that way, right? In order to be,
Yeah, but if
I see what you're saying.
But
yeah.
you also have you're way more talented. Like you have a little bit the opposite. Like you're more talented. You think you're worse than you are.
Oh, I think I'm horrible. My self-talk is trash.
And then
Yeah, that's bad
so,
for you.
So
Trash.
you're 10 times more talented than I am.
I'm not joking when
But
I wake
you
up.
think
I
you're
agree with that.
You're worse, and then I'm 10 times less talented, but I think I'm better, and we meet in the
You
middle.
even out.
And now we're a 50-50 company, but you're way better. I'm
And
way
now you
worse.
guys run a medical
We're
office.
the yin yang, but we're in the same
You
position.
have yin yang twins?
So, like, if you have no talent, or if your
The
kids,
ding-dong twins.
if your kids have no natural talent,
Attach them to someone with confidence.
they just raise them to think they're better than they are.
Why
That's it.
don't you do that with one kid, build one way up, and then kind of bring the other one down, so then
Oh,
they
Lord.
balance
Ultimate
each other.
test.
Kid Wars, and then only one can be the ultimate.
You got two
Yeah.
kids.
Well, I
Only
feel,
one moves on.
Science experiment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'll-
the ultimate Squid Game. Only one moves on.
I'll
Yeah.
feel pretty bad
Kid
about
game.
the one that gets the worst.
No, you get to hang out with that one. That one stays with you.
Yeah, but then he's like,
the
why am I
loser.
here? I'm like, well, I had this
Daddy
experiment.
made some choices.
I tried this experiment, and you got the
And
worst.
you lost.
But I gained a son forever. And I love you so
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
little guy.
The thing is that sons don't want that. Only dads do.
Yeah, that's
you don't
true.
want to be like, I want to live with my dad forever. No one says that.
Even when I said that, when I grew up and I realized that how horrible that sounded,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when I sold my first house and moved back in with my family, my mom and dad, just for a little bit of time, it was terrible. It was
can imagine.
so
How old were you?
terrible. I'd sold that house. I guess I was like 28.
Yeah,
29.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I was like close to 30, moving back
Right.
in with my. Oh my
Love
God.
my parents, but I wouldn't want to do that.
I love them too. You want to take a little break, buddy?
Yeah. Actually, before we take a break, I do want to tell that bot story. So we're coming back from the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We recorded live out there. By the way, what a great event that is.
Yeah, and Cavender, his team.
The money there, my God.
It's beautiful. We got to
mean,
thank the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. They always have us out. What an amazing partnership that we get to be in the White Claw fan deck. It's between holes 15 and 16, and the course looks better than it looked last year.
Yeah.
So Daniel gets a call, and it's coming through his Tesla, and it's like a scam likely call, right?
And it just kept calling. It did 3 times.
And Daniel's done this on the show where he answers as the old man, like just, and he's gonna put on a show for us. And me and Sam are just driving.
It was just something to kill time.
It's gonna put on a prank call show for us.
Pull my penis out.
I'm like, yes, live jerky, boys.
I'm gonna let him eat cake. All the way, I'm gonna let the car drive me. I'm gonna put my hands around my head.
Do the sound.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm firing him down with a hot mop.
And then so he's like, hello. He does the old man. Hello.
I like your old
We're
man.
gonna skip past the listener that was working out there that wanted to talk to Tom.
No.
Okay.
Don't
you
say
can't talk about that. They gotta find Tom and kill him.
Okay.
So the thing answers, and Dan was like, hello. And then the first.
No, the other line said, "Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?"
Yes.
And then I'm in the background talking shit, and I'm like, "You caught me, bitch." And then, but I think Dan.
Yeah, I go, are you a robot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it was obviously a recorded call.
Yeah.
And then
There was a
the
pause.
robot. Yeah, it was a pause, and then the robot came back and was like, are you a bot?
Yeah.
Dan was like, are you a bot? And then
they
it's like,
kept going
are
back and
you a
forth.
bot? And I'm like, oh my God, it's bot on
Yeah,
bot.
it was bot on bot.
It was bot
I
on
was like,
bot.
are you a bot?
Are you a bot?
Are you a bot? Are you
She
a bot?
sounded like
Are
a
you
real
bot?
human, though.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No, I think it was a recording.
No, it was a recording, but
Yeah.
she had a good
It
AI
was
voice.
it was a woman's voice.
It didn't
was
sound like this. Like
are
it
you
sounded.
a bot?
And
Are
then
you
so-
a bot?
And so I
Yeah.
guess now they are having the problem where their numbers are calling other bots and numbers. Well,
Yeah.
It's like
That's
a
what you-
snake
that's
eating
what
its own
Neil-
And
tail.
it's like if you're a cop, you have to tell them you're a cop. So if you're a bot, you have to tell them you're a bot.
Are you a bot?
But they never say it if we ask. It's only bot. If that bot asks the other bot, I don't
When
know.
I
they
wonder
get-
if we would have said yes, what would have happened?
It didn't.
I think that bot outsmarted you.
It
It
hung
just hung
up.
up,
Like,
yeah.
what do you do? Like, when do we get to a point where the AI is on those calls when I can just carry on a conversation with it? When I'm like, hey,
Oh,
is
that'll
this a
happen.
bot? And it's like, I am a bot. And I'm like, well, I don't like that you're calling. What are you doing right now? Nothing. I can't do anything. I'm AI and don't have a body. You know, like when you can talk to it.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
I mean, all it has to do is recognize your speech in real time and then just spit out an answer.
Yeah, and
Right? That's not far away.
ChatGPT does that
Yeah.
now. I mean, they have 2 versions now that I don't have access to it, but I guess there's one now that you can just speak to as an assistant. It's kind of like their version of like a Siri, but it's just like way better.
yeah. You ask it any question, it scans the internet.
But I'm
gives you a
about done with the
custom
AI.
answer.
Like the art and the songs, I'm taking a little break. You know, I gotta pull back for a little bit.
Dude, it's the future.
It is. It is. There's no stopping it.
Yeah,
Nothing can be done.
there is nothing can be done.
Yeah, nothing
I
can
was
be
telling
done.
my sons about it. I was like, you better learn to work with AI because that is what you're going to have to do.
Do you use it at all?
Yeah. Every now and then, just
Yeah.
like stuff that I could do, but it's just a lot faster to do it on AI. I like
Yeah.
just write stuff sometimes. Like I need a paragraph on this or a few sentences on that.
We were talking to Guy Torrey, and I was showing him some interview or some article written about him. It was complete AI with AI pictures of
You
Guy
gotta
Torrey.
reread it though, because
all
sometimes it
garbage.
uses. Well, it could be like 80% good, and then you got to make it that last 20%
But
sound
if-
like a human wrote it.
Yeah, you got to go in there and massage. it a
at least
little
I
bit.
think so.
Yeah, I do it too.
But if you as soon as I'm reading AI, immediately when I recognize it that it's AI, it's meaningless.
Yeah,
to me.
it ruins
it's
it.
zero.
Well, if you could take the built like the main part of it and then just expand on. I know one time I saw it was like listing off things to do, and it was like first, second, third, fourth, and that's how it was written in a paragraph. So if you just and then it was like it went all the way down through like 10 or 12, and it was just like now 12. And so if you
Yeah.
just took that out and you rewrote it a little bit, it was fine.
The scary part that
I mean, would I want a
seen-
whole book like that? No, but like if it's just like little paragraphs on a website or something.
Yeah, for little paragraphs
Yeah.
on a website, but like articles about a celebrity or
Oh
something.
no.
There are
But people are
GPTs
reading them and they're
They
not
are.
recognizing that this is AI wrote
But
this.
they're a step ahead of you too. I mean, it's gonna get there. There are GPTs now where, like, when you go into ChatGPT, it's hard. If you don't play, do you play with it a lot? Like,
no, only
like,
when I see you
if
do
you
it.
if you go in there, there's different ones you can use. Like Dolly's gonna give you like art, and GPT is gonna give you like word-based stuff. And then there's ones that other programmers and people have taken the ChatGPT and like morphed it into whatever they need. There's a logo maker and there's all this stuff. One of them though that I find really, really weird is a human. It's called like a humanizer. So you take anything that you've done in ChatGPT, you run it through a ChatGPT humanizer,
Oh, yeah.
and then it makes mistakes in your tone. So when you like, if you were writing an email or something and you needed it to write it,
It looks like the way you would write
you'd
it.
you'd run through some of your stuff, then run it through this humanizer, and it makes mistakes like correct. It might dump a
Well,
lowercase.
that's gonna fuck a lot of shit up.
Yeah, it might dump a lowercase letter here or there. It might remember something that you don't like. For Tom, it'd be perfect because it's gonna take stuff that he doesn't know
It's
how to
gonna be great
spell,
for crime in
and
the
it's just
future.
gonna, it's just gonna like spell it the same way he'd always spell it. It's crazy.
Atrociously.
We are maybe a year away from a famous stand-up comedian doing a set, and then at the end of it, like a special, he's gonna be like, "AI wrote that," and and then
Yeah.
what are we gonna think of that? Because
You think so? I
yeah,
don't.
I
I
think
don't-
so.
I don't
You
know
I
if
think
they-
you don't think there's a
comedians would-
comedian
I think that
using
they,
it now though?
I
don't
think
think
that
they
they
are.
might be, but I don't think they'd admit to it because that takes away from their art.
But I'm saying they'll do it as a stunt. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think
Like
people- I
just
think-
I think
Radio
that's
shows.
too far of a stunt because then it really diminishes their entire existence.
Well, there are
Why
people
even
doing
have a
it now.
stand-up?
It might
Well,
ruin their
that's-
career, but there are people doing it now, like radio shows. There are like people
Yeah.
write, like the George Carlin one, and then there was another one, the Tom Brady one.
Yeah, no, of
and-
course, but because now the programs are getting specific enough where if you have a library of already finished product, you can start loading that in, and then it's like write me a stand-up special using my voice and kind of the history of my jokes, and I'm guessing eventually it'll get good enough to write out one for a comedian to do, and then if people think it's funny, what are we going to say about that? You know what I'm saying?
think
Because now a computer is doing art that nobody, like, it could never have done before, and that's the first time in human history we're experiencing a computer doing only human-made art.
I don't
in the
know
past.
I don't know if I'm intelligent enough to care.
I was saying, if I
Okay.
laugh at it, does it matter?
Yeah,
who
like
wrote
I
it?
don't know. I've never been subjected to that, so I've
hard.
never had to
That's a
digest
weird
that
question.
and then go like, oh, do I not like that? Because it just like by you telling me it's AI, I just detach from the balloon and like I
Because
don't
it
know.
was,
I
it
don't
was
know.
funny. Like if it's
Was it funny because it was Dave Chappelle and I knew it was humanly created by him and I care about him as a human and his thoughts and his ideology and what he, like his scope and
Yeah.
his. Like, is that why I cared about the jokes?
or is it funny because it was just funny, and then once you find out it wasn't written?
I think I might. I don't think I care. I think I'm
But-
dumb enough to not care. I'll just laugh at it.
And by the way, if you have some sort of system where you're uploading all your library, your past, and then it's loading, uploading the stand-up special, that is technically yours. That's why, like, when AI articles get written, they'll put a human name
Yeah.
under
Like
the
as an
article.
author,
Yeah, you
But-
can own this. If somebody in the chat room said earlier you can't
own the
copyright,
art.
you can copyright that stuff. You can, if you've
Created it,
Yeah, if you
it's
created
yours.
it with AI, then it's yours. Especially if you own the program you pay for, it's yours.
Yeah,
It's your stuff.
So that's gonna be weird. Where it's like, okay, well, technically you did write it through AI wrote it, but it was under you manufactured
from
it
your company.
Yeah, and like
Your
you,
brand.
You put in the prompts to write it, and so technically you're the author, but another, a higher intelligence wrote this whole thing for you. Is it going to be the same? And like, I feel
I
like
don't
for
know.
the older generation, because to me it's never the same. Like unless it's human created from a human's brain.
What about like photoshopped porn that's been around for years? Does it
Can't
matter
use
if
it.
it's fake?
Yeah, it does. It does to
It
me.
does matter.
Yeah.
I've never jacked off to artificial porn, and I'm proud of that. I'll stay that way.
Yeah.
And that's a Dan Dennis
If-
promise.
yeah.
Put that on my campaign thing. But then I'm like, okay, I've never
But
jacked off to
I'm a
artificial-
traditionalist.
I am. I'm a traditionalist. I jack off to real men and real women.
But
I
what-
don't jack off to any computer-generated art.
Here's
What
the thing.
about animation?
I will jack
I know
off
Tom's a
to.
little
Is it
guilty on
human?
that
Is
one.
it human-drawn animation? Because if it's hand-drawn animation, I'll jack off to it.
Okay.
But what they're saying is it's going to be impossible to determine what is real.
I can tell.
in the future. Yeah, well, not.
I can
I
tell.
mean,
With
not
porn, only with porn.
But I'm saying the porn. 5
No.
years from now, it's going to be impossible.
I'll
to
fight
tell.
you on that. I can tell all of them.
yeah.
It's the nuances and it's the amount I've consumed. I'm like a person that's been bitten by so many snakes that I'm immune to the snake venom
Porn
now.
man.
Because
I'm gagged porn man.
Because there's Photoshop that's impossible to tell if it's real or fake.
If it's porno, I can
Like
tell.
Spider-Man.
I'm convinced. Like this is where I become
Bus is
Tom
regretting
Van.
coming back to
No,
the
This is
show.
where I become Tom Van. This is the only thing I'm confident in.
No,
That's his
Rob,
superpower.
Shampoo.
This is-
Rob Shampoo, send Daniel 3
Yeah.
porn images with
You're asking
Photoshop.
our
one-
listeners to send me porn images.
This is going too
Yeah,
far.
this guy's a
No,
crazy maniac.
One real, 2 fake, and let's see if Daniel
I can do it.
I don't think you could.
I can absolutely do it.
Like it takes forensic scientists to
Wait,
figure out
photo
if
or
Photoshop
video?
It's just a
Photo.
either, but
Photo.
like,
I'm saying.
I don't know that. Yeah, Shampoo's doing video.
Photo.
I think
Yeah.
video's a little
Photo,
difficult right
I
now.
can figure out. I can 100%.
You think you can figure out photo?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the video
I'm
one,
not
I
confident.
thought Gary Busey was when he was like butter sausage. That one. Me and Chris was like, you're like how crazy he is.
See, I did not.
You thought you
No.
immediately knew it was fake.
No, I didn't immediately know where it was generated from, but I knew something was up because I was like, his hair looks weird.
It did look weird, but it wasn't immediate. Like I thought that was Gary Busey at first, and then now I was like, oh yeah, now you could see there's a delay and it's a weird layover, and but scrolling, I was like, Gary Busey, butter sausage is crazy. Like it all
Gary
checked
Busey.
out.
Yeah, he's even that was funny because that one made him like lighthearted, funny Gary Busey.
Yeah.
And then like a couple months later, he pulled his penis out.
And then he's doing hit and runs.
Yeah, this guy's a maniac.
Yeah, but there will be a time that no one will tell.
You'll
be
never
able to
know.
tell.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah.
Send me the 3. I'll take the challenge.
All right.
That's the challenge. I'll take it. We're gonna come back and do dump 'em out.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. This is. I went like heavier today with music because I knew Bus was gonna be here, and I know that this guy,
I don't know. I've been listening to Chromeo
Soul-
a lot
you've been
lately.
listening- Oh, no Soul Glow.
No, the new Chromeo.
The new Chromeo is
Chromeo.
delicious.
Adult contemporary, it's
Yeah,
called.
Chromeo is like sexy music for baby making time. It's good.
God.
Put
I
it
don't
on
know
free.
about that. It's
Oh,
like dance music.
Chromeo.
It's like dance. Well,
It is, but it's like sexy music.
They're coming to Orlando, too.
Chromeo's. I might if you're going.
Oh, yeah. It's
You
in-
listen to sexy dance music on your time off?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear
Yeah,
some
weird.
Chromeo?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll put a little Chromeo on. These guys are great.
They're great. Well, I
They're-
think they're from Montreal.
Chromeo.
Canadian Chromeo?
Canadian Chromeo.
They've been around for
A long
20
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
they're coming
years.
to the Vanguard.
Yeah.
huh?
These guys have been around for a minute, but yeah, it's like it's funky, dude. It's,
1, 2, 3. 1, I put you first. 2 of everything you deserve. 3 wishes, please. Get you diamonds, rub your feet. Name it. Don't need no special.
Just listen to country. I'm good old.
Just put on some
Country.
Merle and call it a day. All right, let me get our music. The name of the band is Gulfer, and the name of the song is Too Slow. And we'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
You're listening to the industry leader, radio guys turned podcasters. And now the whole town is sucking our dicks.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to lick our balls, bitch.
I went for the weird endings this week. You know, like feedback.
No, yeah.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
I am Tom, Sam's here, and Busdecker's here. Let's do some dump 'em out.
All right, buddy. Dump them out on deck.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottomics.
Have you never heard this?
No, I don't think so.
Dump 'em Out brought to you by thedangerbrain.com. If you need any branding done for your company or a rebrand,
Yeah, man.
use the company that we've used for 15 years now, thedangerbrain.com.
15 years? That is
Yep.
crazy.
No.
I met Sebastian downstairs in the lobby of Clear Channel Maitland. He had just ended a meeting with Crash, who had started an MMA company called Knuckle Nap.
We're about to do our third incarnation of Van Dennis political shirts.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah. What are we doing? Now, I had originally said, and I think it just got too weird, but the original one was going to be Van Dennis 24, roll 'em in flour, aim for the wet.
Buzz like
Yeah, okay. I think we might have to do it.
Buzz is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a direct attack.
Have you guys never listened to his episodes on semantics? He's a pervert.
No, really?
I'm gonna listen
I
to
haven't
it now.
been, I
I know
haven't
what
been
I'm doing
invited
this
on
weekend.
semantics.
I
in
thought
a
it was-
long
It's
time.
been a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, maybe because you were being a pervert.
Maybe.
But I do also like Nothing Can Be Done because it goes
Nothing can be
along
done.
the same line. So we'll see. But
I mean, maybe we make an extra spicy one and just do a few of them, and then we just do the regular
Yeah, a
one.
bunch
Maybe
of
Dennis should
slogans.
run for president, and then Van should be vice president this time.
Okay. All right, we can do a shake-up. We can do
Say
a-
it.
we can
I
do a
mean, the
shake-up.
first
This
two
guy
haven't.
said he's the best. You
All
think he's
right.
gonna be vice president?
Well, it hasn't done so well the first two. Now it's time
How
to.
about Dennis Busdecker? right?
Oh,
You're out.
Dennis Busdecker.
That sounds like a winning ticket.
It's
there.
Dennis Busdecker.
Uh-huh.
Kick him in the pecker. That's what we're doing. What do you want to start with, Betty?
Let's go. What do you think, Sam?
You almost shit yourself
Like,
at the
okay,
current?
this is why my daughter's tough, and I'm going to tell you what you need to do with your sons
Okay.
if you want to make them tough. Now, I already know that you're not going to do this story because these are all things that you would not do with your sons, but I'm just going to lay it out there.
Okay.
Wait, could your daughter beat up his sons?
Yes.
I don't want to answer that.
Okay.
I don't want to answer that.
hold on.
It might tear the,
I don't
it'll
wanna
tear the
say
show
it.
apart. You know what? That's a fucked up thing to ask. You should be asking her that. She's the one that called you a pervert, not me.
I'm
on
just
your
curious.
team.
I think
I
your
said
daughter
yes.
could beat up his sons.
I'm not going to answer
Oh,
that
yeah.
question.
I almost threw my sandal at you like George Bush.
No, he ducked the sandal.
Yeah, he does it.
no, but I'm
okay, gotcha.
I'm the dude.
To Barry Joe was
I'm the dude.
at the same time.
What?
yeah. Both of your sons versus his daughter.
No, she's little. She's
It's like
little.
a chess game.
Yeah, but she can dance around him and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's
She's
fast.
you backflip out of here.
She's little. She's
She
little.
trains every day, Buzzer.
Yeah.
6 hours a day.
So the answer is yes.
yeah. I'm
Should we
just
do like
curious.
8 hours Saturday and like 6 hours Sunday?
She's had 10,000 hours of training.
She does 30,000 steps a day.
yeah,
yeah,
38,000 steps on her Apple Watch every single day.
Really?
38,000
This
steps.
shit is unnatural.
It's fucked up, dude.
Where is she going? Isn't she in school?
No, she never stops. I mean, I think
She
back
goes
in the-
straight from
okay,
school to dance
Yeah.
6 hours every day.
And your kids?
when she gets out of school.
She does a cold plunge every morning.
No bullshit. When she gets out of
Playing
school at like
Roblox.
2:30 or 3, she gets out at like 3. She goes home 15 minutes. She changes into her dance outfit, and then it's right to dance. And then she's at dance from like 4 to like 7:30.
Yeah,
every
that's-
day.
Like a Chinese figure skater there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man.
But
I mean, I'm not getting any younger,
That's
you know,
just
and I
genetic.
need somebody to buy me a house.
when
And protect you.
When Maisie was 3 years old, playing on our jungle
Yeah,
gym
you
with the
noticed that.
boys,
She was doing chin-ups.
she was like they were all
like a
in-
prison yard.
in the pool, and she was hanging there, and then she is ripped, like
She's ripped.
6-pack, like you could see her muscular,
Yeah, it's
like
gross.
stature.
She's always poking me and like,
Nick-
look at your fat belly.
and then my sons have like baby beer bellies, sunken birches, like a
There,
baby,
leave
like a
them
regular.
alone.
Kool-Aid
Leave 'em alone.
mustaches.
No, but it's like
Leave
that.
it
Is,
alone.
I mean, they're all 2 and
kids.
3 years old, little
And
babies.
they were vegetarians.
No, but that
yeah, that's
shit
right.
is genetic.
Okay, this is what I did.
Marshawn Lynch had a 6-pack. He was born with a
But
6-pack.
this is what I did to make her tough. I was at the Current. Maisie loves the Current. We were
Oh,
going
it's
there.
great there.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she loves
College Park, if you don't know.
Yeah.
That's the one. It's the Current seafood counter. Go there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them Tom and Dan sent you. She likes the peel and eat shrimp. They're garlic shrimp, garlic butter shrimp. So I get her the garlic butter shrimp. And then I need to use the restroom. They have a men's room and a ladies' room. It's just me and May. Andrea's ordering everything. I'm like, I got it. I'll take her to the bathroom. I'm like, come in the men's room with me. So it's a one-top. When I get in there, it's a...
Yeah, Florida.
Now, she does not have to use the bathroom, but you take her in with you?
She does.
Oh.
She was gonna go.
Okay.
So she gets on the potty, and I go to the urinal because it's a
Tall urinal, isn't it? there?
It's a tallie.
It
Yeah.
goes from your chest, depending on how tall you are,
Yeah.
to the floor.
I like a urinal to the
That's
floor.
old school.
yeah.
I like
well,
a
old
urinal-
school is a trough.
I like
but-
a urinal to the floor. I do.
yeah,
Call
yeah.
me a traditionalist, but I don't like it when you're peeing into the wall. I like to pee on the ground.
Yeah. No, when
I'm an
it-
American.
Yeah, and it goes, and then back in the day in the Oak Room and
some
above
ice.
Mako's, they put some ice in there.
Yeah. Ice makes it
classy
nice.
place.
Yeah,
Ice-
then you're pissing
yeah.
on ice.
Ice makes it nice.
You have a lift, and you
Yeah.
piss on some
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah. Sam, you ever pee on some
No.
ice?
Yeah, and you gotta
I gotta
have,
try
and you
it.
gotta have a guy in there whose job is just to put more ice in the urinal because you pissed it like melt.
What's the purpose of that?
You melt
Is it like a
fancier.
smelling thing? Like the
It is
keep
a smelling thing.
All
I think
right.
it does keep down
I
because
feel like it just
If you think
Puts,
about
like,
it,
piss mist.
no,
in
no.
the
If you
air,
think
right?
about it, the molecules, the
Probably.
warmer molecules vibrate faster, right? Colder molecules are slower, and the stink's gonna stay low.
But if
That's
you
just
pee,
physics.
it's hot on cold ice,
You
and
melt
then there's
it.
piss steam that comes up.
No steam. It just
Oh.
melts a little bit, and then a black guy showers more ice on top of it. And he's like, spray, no lay. No spray, no lay.
Also, if you think
They say that a couple times.
peeing on ice is fancy, you also think keeping your belongings in a Crown Royal bag is fancy. It's
Okay,
on the same
here's what I
spectrum.
did.
All right.
So she's on the potty. I'm peeing in the tall urinal, like Busdecker said. Because I'm 47, every time I pee standing up, I fart. I cannot
I've
pee.
witnessed this.
Yeah, I cannot pee without.
The Arnold Palmer
You guys go
Invitational.
to-
he did.
We were in the fancy bathrooms.
Oh,
Together.
no.
Did you guys
We're
go to the bathroom together?
Yeah.
We do everything together.
Yeah.
They go bike rides
Yeah.
together.
Ask
They pee
Orlando
together.
City. We do everything together. They tried to hire me. I'm like,
Except-
nope, you got to hire Tom too. We do everything
He's
together.
like, we'll just give this job to somebody else.
He's peeing and he's like,
yeah. So every time I pee, a fart
and then I
comes
try
out.
to ignore it. Then Daniel's like, you hear that? He has to say it.
I do.
Like
I'm
a
like, see,
child.
I'm old. Every time I pee, I fart. So I'm peeing, and I go to fart, and Maisie's there, and I go, but when I do the little popcorn fart, I feel a little shit.
Okay, all right.
No.
And Maisie's on the toilet, and I look at her, and I only have one choice.
You gotta move.
I think I shit my pants. And I look at her and I go, when you're done, don't flush. I'm going to have to sit there because I think Daddy pooped his pants. And she starts hilariously cry laughing. I got to tell Mama. And then I look, and I did not shit my pants. But it was at that moment that I realized that in order to have a normal evening, and this is where we get to the part that makes my daughter tough, I took a mega explosive fart shit right in front of her. He was like,
Oh, no.
and she was like, ew! And I was laughing, she's laughing. That makes it tough. If you do that,
God damn. Right before you get a fish sandwich.
yeah.
You couldn't just send her back to the table?
Right.
No, she's staying with me.
You're like, look at me do this, then eat your
I can't
fish.
eat. I can't eat now.
No, you got to stay in every day.
she was
It's gonna
done,
make
right?
her tough.
She was
She was
done?
washing her hands.
Did you lock the door and be like, you can't leave?
See, the chat room's right. That's grit. That's how you build grit. You take a big truck driver poop in front of your daughter, and then you're like, look at it. Listen to it.
You know, I
Trapped her in there with the stench.
Yeah, she's tough.
I have no recollection of my father or grandfather or anybody shitting.
Yeah,
on
look
my
how you
mom.
turned out, so keep
My
doing
dad
it.
shit all in front of me all the time. He always put the tie over me. He was sweating. He had the coffee. There's cartoons about my dad shitting in front of me. And it made me tough.
Yeah, maybe that's what was wrong with me.
I'm telling you. If your dad had been around to shit in front of you a few more times.
Did it make you tough or crazy?
That's what I always tell you about trauma.
More alike than we all are different.
Yeah. That, yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah,
What else
it's
do
a
we
thin
have?
line
What else
between
do we
that.
have?
We got Vegetarian Rehabilitation Center.
Oh, I just wanted to write this down because most of the barbecue restaurants when you're driving towards Jacksonville have signs that are all assholes. They're like, hey, stop by and get some barbecue, gay vegetarians. And they're all like,
they're
Vegetarian Rehabilitation Center because they're so fucking crazy. And it makes me laugh. There's
yeah.
signs with like broccoli with like a crossbuster through it. There's like, it's awesome.
Yeah. That will make someone mad for the most weird reason.
I don't even understand why you would put that on your billboard. It's on the billboard. It's 40 feet long, and it
Yeah.
says Vegetarian Rehabilitation Center. It's so negative.
It's the same thing of like telling someone you don't vote and them being madder at you than if you told them you voted for the opposite of they.
Exactly.
Because that should make you. And the same thing is like, well, this means there's more meat for you. Like I'm not eating enough.
it's like-
why does it make you mad?
Those people aren't going
You should be
there.
like,
it's
yes.
barbecue, for Christ's sake.
Like,
you don't need to stomp on their fucking grave.
But if everybody ate too much meat, the price of meat would rocket, and then it would negatively affect you. So you should want more vegetarians.
It made me
because that
laugh,
means
though.
more meat for you, but they're mad about it.
Oh, here's one. The chat room says Johnson's Barbecue printed shirts with a 1-star Yelp
yeah.
review that said no veggie options. Why? Why do you have to do that?
because it's a marketing thing. Because they know that people are gonna be like, yes, for no reason.
For no reason.
Because like you, also there's a meat eater probably has like someone in their life that likes veggie options. So
I love meat, but I also love vegetables.
I like vegetables.
Yeah, I
and
love
meat.
vegetables.
Like I like going to barbecue restaurants so I can eat meat that have good like okra and things that my wife would want.
Green
so
beans
and so that is a benefit to a meat eater. Is having why would you want it?
It made me and Maisie laugh. We thought it was fun.
Because it means you're that's what happened.
Costco hot dog, Philly's hot dog.
Okay, two big breaking news stories.
Costco hot dogs are terrible.
I think they are too.
They taste like shit.
Yeah, they're not good.
They really do.
take. Hot
They
take
do.
by
Their
bus.
pizza
Well,
tastes
during-
like shit too.
During the whole Primrose Lanes debacle,
I mean, they're
everyone's like,
fine for $1,
yeah,
but
everyone's like $1.50 Costco hot dog is better than. I'm like, no, you're an insane person if you think that.
they taste terrible. They
but
taste weird
the-
too.
I didn't know the backstory. It's a Kirkland Frank. I know that,
Oh.
but I didn't know the backstory on the Costco hot dog. There's apparently a quote. If you look on the Wikipedia for the Costco hot dog, Sam, I think the
Probably a
CEO of
loss
Costco
leader.
was
It's probably a
like,
loss leader.
"We will never change the price of the Costco hot dog." He was like, "I'd rather kill you than." I'm serious. There's a quote about like him talking to one of his employees. He's like, "I'll fucking kill you if you change the price," and he's like, "Just figure it out."
You know, I never.
It's
told you guys-
$1.50 for a hot dog
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
soda, and it's been that way since 1984, dude.
Yeah, for sure they lose money at this point.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah,
it's,
they do.
But it's a
Big
loss
deal.
leader
Big
because
deal.
they need
They
to get,
losing a quarter,
you need to get people
50 cents.
buying pallets of toilet
Holy
paper.
shit. As of 2018, Costco sold yearly averages of 135 million hot dogs, more than every Major League Baseball stadium combined.
Now you know why I want to talk about it. It's insane. Look at right under that is the quote, and the guy's like,
kill
"Oh,
you."
In
fuck."
2022, Costco CFO Richard Galanti stated that Costco intends to keep the combo deals price constant, quote, forever.
Yeah, there is a quote where he said he fucking killed a guy if he changed the price.
Dude, well, a Costco hot dog is what was
Oh,
the...
yeah, I found it. Hold on. He said, Craig Jelinek, the current CEO of Costco, revealed in 2018 that he approached Senegal about raising the price of the hot dog combo, saying, "Jim, we can't sell this hot dog for $1.50. We're losing our rear ends." According to Jelinek, Senegal replied, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out."
He said, "I will effing kill." Like, he's like, "I will kill." It wasn't just like a cold statement. It wasn't even like a funny thing. I think the guy was serious about
You
it.
said 135 million hot dogs?
Yeah.
So if you did lose 10 cents a hot dog, I mean that
it's a
does
lot of
add
money.
up.
They're losing
Yeah.
a lot of money on this, but they're having to build it into it. And also the other one I wanted to mention for other baseball fans, apparently the Phillies have always had a $1 hot dog, and that is no longer. That's gone. They just announced that the Philadelphia Phillies, sorry Christine, will no longer have their world famous $1 hot dog.
What are they now? $2?
I don't know. I'm not supposed to hate the Phillies. I
I-
like Bryce Harper though. He's cool.
I ate 2 Costco hot dogs before Super Bowl 51, and that was the catalyst to me changing my life.
Wait, what?
I didn't tell you guys this.
He looked like he was about to cry. when he
Daniel
said
was at
that.
my house.
The catalyst to changing your life.
Yeah, because
I
I,
was
had,
at your
I had
house.
a blood pressure attack after I ate. What? Yeah, and I felt it. Remember, that was when I started going to public checking my blood pressure.
I do remember.
I was
I do
fatter than
remember
ever, and then my blood pressure was sky high.
EJ ate 3 Costco hot dogs yesterday. EJ, dude, you can't be eating 3.
No
Check your
good.
blood pressure.
No good.
Dude, they're quarter-pound hot dogs.
It
That's
skyrocketed my blood pressure. I felt it I felt my heartbeat in my eyeballs, and then I was like, something's happening to me, and then I was like, freaking out.
And then he did it every day.
And then I'm like, changing my life today.
Every day would be me and him in here, and he'd be at his desk, and it'd be quiet, and then he'd just get up, and I'd hear him, and he'd stomp fast over to check his blood pressure. He was
Like,
scared
I
he was
feel
dying
it.
at his desk.
Yeah, that
That's
was.
when he was pink.
Yeah, pink and big.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Banton, the old Banton.
Yeah, well, there's your hot dog update.
Ravenous pee-pee dog.
Oh, I took Dansby to the Ravenous Pig.
Do you guys just like sit around and write shit down on a paper? Be like, we'll
Yeah.
talk about this later.
Yeah,
All right.
it's the dump 'em out list.
In fact,
Dump 'em out.
that's
All right.
exactly what we do. You
Now
guessed
you're
it.
catching on.
Have a hot dog.
This is why you're up at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I took
Surely.
Dansby. I just wanted to give you a report. I took Dansby to the Ravenous Pig beer garden last night, but my wife was sort of clowning on me. I smelled like I don't know about you guys, but after I got off that course, I smelled like shit. I had
did too.
BO.
Did you shit your pants?
No, it was BO, not shit. I smelled like I had a real bad body odor. And so I went home, and then I do that thing that I always do when I have body odor. I pause my shower for some reason. When I have body odor, I like to kind of walk around with it's like a badge.
Of honor.
It's like I've been out at the golf course. It was I kind of felt like a golfer. I had my golf hat on. I had a polo on. I had nice slacks on. And I took my shoes off. And then Andrea's like, we got to get something to eat. So let's go. Do you want to take a shower? I was like, well, I don't want to go out. I smell like BO. So she's like, well, just put some sandals on and we'll just go up the street. I wanted to get these sandwiches from the porch.
Yeah, the porch market.
Yeah, the porch meadery and market has these new sandwiches I wanted to slide through and get this Italian stallion sandwich that's just amazing. So I wanted to get that. So we started driving over there. Well, I didn't realize that their sandwich making kitchen closed at 4.
Okay.
So that we were coming around the corner and we saw the ravenous pig. So we went in there and I had BO, but I had on sandals with pants. So I looked like a BO golf pro.
Wow.
And I was stinking and I sat there and I did the thing. I went into their bathroom and I put soap under my pits. I figured you'd know that. Yeah, Tom and I used
do that at
to.
the radio station.
Okay, raise your hand.
I used to wash my sandals.
Raise your hand if you've ever used soap out of a public bathroom dispenser to be deodorant. Raise your hand.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this
I've done
side,
multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah.
In my 20s, thousands of
So
times.
I wanted to confess to you because I know that you bear your soul on this show. Some would say that it's your only therapy, and you come in here and you talk about all these things you do. I just wanted to let you know that I am ride or die because I'm still putting old soap from like public restrooms under my pits so I don't smell like a stinky BO golf pro.
Do you wash it all or you just leave it
No,
there
you
as
leave
like
the-
cake?
the
No,
sticky-
No, you get it creamy, and then you put your pits. Okay, okay, you dry them. You dry them with a paper towel first to get the excess sweat. Then you go and you get.
Are there other people in the bathroom?
No, you go to a stall, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah,
And you go,
shame.
and you go, and you cream it, and then you go, and you cream it, and you get it, and then you lower down, and then you go. You kind of smush them, and then
some bird wing flaps.
and then you go your arms straight down, never lift them again. You have to keep your and when you eat, you have to eat with just your elbows.
Because it will still smell.
Stop that fucking serious.
Yeah, it'll smell like pink soap and BO if you open up your
Oh
arm.
my!
And the pink
It
soap
almost
works the
makes it
best.
worse.
The pink soap
Why
works
don't you
the
just
best.
stuff paper towels and then go soldier style?
Oh, too
No,
baggy.
no,
too
yeah,
baggy.
yeah,
It'll-
never
it'll
paper
put me
towels.
on my arms out like this.
Why don't you just take a 2-minute shower?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know I was going to Ravenous Pig Beer
Then sit
Garden.
outside.
My wife, she shanghaied me, and you're not even allowed to say that anymore.
Oh,
you want to pull up the video of Nick Swartzen and that
Yeah, do
whole
we want to
situation?
end on that because it's so sad?
Yeah,
Let's end on
yeah.
a really sad note.
so Nick Swartzen, who went on her cruise
Swartzen.
one time. Did he? Oh no, he didn't end up going. Right? He was supposed to go, and then
He got too blacked out. He
He
didn't make it
was
on the boat.
supposed to be
Yeah.
on our cruise.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, with who? What was the artist?
Ryan Cabrera.
Oh, Cabrera.
On the way
I think I was
down.
on that
Yeah,
one.
you were
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
one.
That turned out to be like a boy band reunion.
Yeah,
cruise,
there was
didn't it?
some like 90s
Yeah.
reunion or not 90s or like or I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Some kind of Ryan
You
Cabrera
were the only
bullshit.
people that showed up to his performance, right?
I
Like,
wasn't. Oh no, I did go to that. I
Yeah.
think.
There's like you and a couple of BDMs and like his own cruise.
Oh, it was so funny too. Yeah, I sat like up above and we laughed at him the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I thought there was like a magician though.
We went to the magician show and he was sitting there, but
That's
he also
right.
did a concert.
That
I didn't
was
go to the
funny.
concert.
I don't think I went to the concert.
No.
All right, you guys want to?
Yeah,
We're
let's
reminiscing
watch
about our
this.
cruise.
Sam,
together.
5 years ago this week.
Sam, do you know the details on this? Like, what happened to this guy here?
All I know is people were saying he was blacked out drunk, slurring, kept repeating himself, like going in like a circle, like telling the same story over and over.
here we
and
go.
then people were like booing him and walking out until like the manager of the club like pulled him off stage.
Okay, here
and
we
then
go.
said he was going to give refunds.
Okay, here we go. No, that's what he keeps saying. He keeps saying, "Okay, here we go." You'll hear.
All right, here we go. I'll rally this. Watch this show.
Okay.
Here we go. Jason Statham as a beekeeper. I swear to God, it'll be fucking amazing. I love you, fucking Rick. Let's go. Here we go. Jason Statham as the beekeeper.
He's like hyping himself up
Yeah.
to do his joke.
And he's doing like, "Here we go."
Because I don't think he can remember
He
it or
keeps saying,
something.
"Here we go." Jason Statham.
And he's like, this is going to be fucking amazing.
as the beekeeper and like something. Jason Statham as a beekeeper. Sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. Hold on, wait for it.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. We're going to. All right, here we go. Okay.
Oh man, he lost the crowd too fast.
Oh yeah.
It was fast.
They
Faster-
start screaming.
They're like, hey, help!
So how does this happen?
Oh, there's a whole. You've only done 47 seconds of a 2-minute video, Tom.
So he said, I guess he said he got like too drunk, the altitude. He blamed it on the altitude and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's
or
not
whatever.
a thing. That's not.
But
like
he
that.
was sober for a bit.
But not like that, dude.
Well, like I've drank in high altitudes like immediately, and it does
It
affect
gets you
your,
drunk faster for sure.
Yeah, but not all of a sudden where you're like, oh my, you're blacked out after
Have you ever
like a couple beers or something, you know.
I'm trying to remember this. Has anybody in here ever been so drunk that you realized what you were saying? Like you could hear yourself slurring and you were embarrassed, but you couldn't control it? I have.
Not on a microphone or on
No,
a show.
no. I mean, just in person. I remember.
Thank God.
I remember one of the hardest times I remember the hardest I ever concentrated in my life for anything was trying to talk to a police officer at the Virgin Megastore at Disney's. Yeah, the Virgin,
back when it was
Downtown
not Disney
Disney.
Springs. Yeah, downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney. And I remember I was like talking like that. I remember I'm gonna call a taxi. I remember every word I was saying, just being come on,
Fighting to get it out.
I'm going to call a taxi. And I'd also done this move where the girl I was dating at the time, we'd had a fight, and I'd done that move where I ripped off my dress shirt I was wearing, and I had a T-shirt underneath, and I just went running through Disney Springs. I was just running, and I ran into Virgin Megastore to hide because everybody was like, "You've had too much to drink. You've had too much to drink." We need to get
She
it."
broke up with you?
No, I broke up with her. She cheated on me, actually. She cheated on me with the headless horseman.
So I saw Nick Swartzen on TikTok making fun of this.
What's his name?
May the Schwartz be with you.
Schwartz? What is this?
It's
the guy,
Swartzen.
old Nicky.
Old Nicky. You know, my buddy Old Nicky.
And he was making fun of this, so I guess it didn't really affect him.
He's already made fun of this?
Yeah, I mean, he was saying like, I hope I'm gonna get drunk as hell this time. Like he was making
trying to take the power away.
I think so. Yeah.
And then they turn the lights on here. It gets worse, right?
Yeah, the
here.
guy comes out and says, "Go to the box office and we'll refund it."
Yeah, that's the best part. Here.
Watch this.
Okay, that girl goes, I can't take it.
That girl goes, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm going to the bathroom.
All right.
Who yells "you suck"?
To a show you paid
I
to go
may have
see.
yelled
But
you
you-
suck.
but you're
I may have
obvi-
yelled you suck because when we used to go
This
to
guy's
High Line,
struggling.
yeah, but when we used to go to High Line,
Yeah.
if like Juan Leon, remember Juan Leon?
Oh.
When he would drop the ball and was having a rough night, I'd be like, "Yeah, suck, Juan Leon."
Well, that's a sporting event, but this guy's obviously having a rough go.
Really rough.
Like he knows that it's not going well. You yelling out "you suck."
You just want to be part of the tribe, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what I want to see the guy at the end.
Boo.
Oh, big boo, big boo. Oh, they're everybody's getting up.
Do you want me to finish this or no?
No.
But what if I finish this?
Oh man.
Okay, here we're almost at the end. I don't know if this one. This one may not have the guy. Yeah, it doesn't have the guy. At the very, very end, this librarian-looking man comes out and he's like,
Well, they cut his mic. They cut Nick Swartzen's mic off, and then he's like, you could see him like taking the cable out and plugging it back. Like he doesn't realize, like, no, they cut the damn mic off.
Man.
And then the guy comes out and is like trying to like usher him off, like, come on, little baby, let's go.
it is a very much a little baby. Like
It's
the guy
very
felt
sad.
sorry for him. Like he wasn't mad.
And then Swartzen kind of goes, okay, and like
Yeah.
kind of throws his arms
like,
up,
bye,
like,
guys.
sorry guys.
And
I
then the
don't
guy
know."
says the thing that you don't want to hear, where they're like, "We're very ashamed and sorry for what you guys have seen tonight." Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he funny? I mean, I've only seen him in Adam Sandler movies, right?
I mean, I remember him from Reno 911. That was
I remember
That was
him
my
from
thing.
Bucky Lasek, child star, and I always get him mixed up with the Dan Band for some reason.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I always
He
get
looks like that.
Yeah,
that
I
dude.
always get those two guys. I'm always like, well, it's Nick Swartzen's in the Dan Band, right?
But he
I'm
is
like,
in
no,
the
that's
Sandler
Dan.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you do so many shows that I guess it doesn't matter. Like you're on to the next one. Like he's got a next one the next
Well,
night.
It will, and you do enough of those, it'll matter.
Oh yeah. But as far as on TikTok, I seem like he's still doing. There's so much. I bet this happened way more often before cell phone cameras. Like how because
Yeah.
you can
It's
get
straightened
for
up
sure.
comedians.
yeah, because now you fuck up and the world sees it and it's embarrassing
Yeah,
for you.
definitely.
Which I'm surprised that he even went on stage being that fucked up. But I guess you just think that you have overconfidence that you can get through it.
They
There
say
you
that's-
go.
And you probably already got paid for the gig, right? So you better get out there.
They say
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why younger bands, like, because cell phone cameras and performance video is one of the reasons why they are, like most rock bands now don't have any, like, notorious, like, oh, they're partiers, they're crazy, they're ripping. They just don't do it.
Yeah.
It got
because
phased out because it's just like everything's on camera now. So it's just like it's not a thing.
instantly people the housekeeper would film and put on her TikTok, look at this band destroyed the room,
Yeah.
and then people just start attacking them. You know what I'm saying? Like all information is so readily available. If you're a celebrity, you can't do shit without being caught.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna film you, put it on TikTok, and then every news service, TMZ will start. And then it'll trickle down to millions of people will see it the next
And then
day.
AI gets a hold of it. And they go crazy.
They'll write articles about
Oh,
it,
yeah.
But the news cycle is short, though, and it'll be forgotten in like 2 weeks. Like this instance will be forever forgotten in 2 weeks from now.
The chat room mentioned the movie Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
that was
Grandma's
a
Boy is
good-ass
great.
movie.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Oh, it's good. Does it hold up?
Yes.
I think that's
Okay.
what made him famous, and he's just living off of Grandma's Boy.
That was a good-ass movie.
Because it was a cult classic.
I never saw it.
Really?
Yeah,
You gotta watch
it's
it.
funny. It's for the one guy in the trench coat.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
I am a robot.
That's pretty good, Tim.
You can live off one like super successful thing for the rest of your life, and you could parlay that into just not only stand up but just appearances at clubs and or whatever. Like there are people from Jersey Shore still doing club appearances. They're getting paid.
Well, Jersey
decent.
Shore's still on TV, so.
No,
Yeah,
well,
it
old
comes back,
episodes.
like,
Like,
once
I was
a
just
year.
here.
No,
Paula Deen
new
was just
episodes.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes,
They're
they
back.
got back together.
Yeah.
Reunion.
Yeah.
I had no
Sammy's
idea.
back on the show.
Yeah, they do vacations now.
The sweetest bitch you'll ever know.
I thought one guy went to jail. Didn't he go to jail?
Yeah,
for
he's
like
back out,
40?
baby.
Oh, all right. That
Well,
was a test
Sammy-
of it.
situation.
Sammy Sweetheart was my favorite.
Sammy
And
Sweetheart,
I did
she's
like
back.
Dina because I thought Dina liked a frog. Dina looked like
Oh,
you could
yeah.
fuck Dina.
Dina's
like
down.
you could blow on Dina and
DTF.
fuck her. Like,
What
she's
streaming
ready.
service is MTV on?
It's on Hulu.
Is it Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's on regular cable.
You know what? I honestly
Yeah,
don't know
regular
because I
cable.
still have cable. Like, I'm that guy. Yeah.
You got a big satellite dish.
What?
You gotta go to those little Danny
Giant
hell?
satellite dishes outside your
Yeah,
house?
I got 'em.
You may be the only person I know
Yeah.
that sells cable.
I got 4 cable boxes. I got one in every
You got a
room.
box?
I got 4. I got a cable box, and on top of my cable box, in every room, I got a TiVo.
I haven't seen a cable box in a long time.
They're bigger than they've ever been. They made them double the size now.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, this was
All
fun. Thanks for
right.
coming in, man.
Thanks
I
for
love
having
hanging out
me.
with you, Bus.
Of course.
If you want to talk to Busdecker, you can call him anytime.
1-866 call Mo.
If you want to be a bussy, hit him up.
Yeah.
You'll answer any question that
Sure.
anybody has, right?
Yeah, if you got
listen.
questions, we actually do get a lot of BDMs that contact the office for various legal reasons.
All right, give me some free shit.
well, I'll give them free stuff too if they stop by the office.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
anytime,
You got any new
anytime.
Mo? You got any new Mo stuff for all
I do.
that?
Well, kind of. So actually, on Monday we're going to be giving some free tickets away to the Just Okay party.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't tell you where. We're going to
Nice.
announce the location on Monday. So
Okay.
just follow us on social media.
so
we'll let
follow
you know.
Just Call Mo.
Yeah, and we'll give you free tickets if you show up where we're going to be.
That's
Awesome.
And
that's
listen
a
to
nice
Bungalower in the
Oh
Bus.
yeah, tonight on 104.1.
Yeah.
What's the episode tonight?
We went to Tommy Bahama Marlin Bar.
All right.
Living the Keys
I
lifestyle.
feel like Tom and I should be in flowery shirts.
it was good.
Where's that at?
Over at Winter Park Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy, but Lou, you want to meet me up there for a business lunch?
yeah, I do.
I feel like we should go there. We shake hands.
I have one Cobb salad.
Brendan
You
called
are
it.
a Cobb
Yeah,
salad
Cobb
guy.
salad.
I don't even know what that means.
Brendan called it divorce.
You get them
dad.
all the time from Publix.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's a chef salad.
No, it's always you always get the Cobb.
The
and you
Cobb,
eat
I don't
the
want the
eggs,
Cobb.
You eat the sticky eggs. Oh my God,
Oh.
it smells like shit in here.
He called it divorce dad clothing.
So,
it kind of is.
Yeah.
is there a new semantics this weekend?
There will be a new You Heard About This one coming
Okay.
out this weekend. We're recording it tonight, come out Sunday. But you can go back and listen to our Semantics episode that came out last weekend. We were in Charleston.
Yeah, it's good. It's a
Recording
good one.
live from there. So that was fun. SemanticsPodcast.com.
And don't sleep on that after party.
Yeah, patreon.com/semantics. You can listen to our after party episodes, and you can listen to the You Heard About This ones for free. If you want to follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/semanticsmedia. Travis will be on tonight playing something,
Nice.
some
All right.
game I have never heard of, and
There's
I forgot
a
to
lot
write
of
it down.
good indie games out right now, man.
So check that out. And if you want to follow my dog on Instagram and TikTok, it's Too Cool for 7th Grade. That's the number 2 cool for the number 7 TH grade GRADE, and that is Pepper Ann's
Tom's
Instagram
trying to figure
and
it out.
TikTok.
That sounds like a math problem.
That was the old tag for the cartoon back in
Pepper Ann, too cool for 7th grade.
Oh, no.
I think that was past your time, but.
I got no more gas.
This guy's tired, guys. He's tired.
That's good though. He needs a nap.
Yeah.
No nap for
No
me.
nap.
I immediately
Straight to the
go
pool.
straight to the pool, swim
Oh,
20 minutes
God.
straight. And it's not just 20 minutes. It's I have to swim
420.
for 20
Yeah.
minutes, which takes 40 minutes.
Yeah, can't stop.
Anyway, I did it to myself.
Oh, also next week the free show will be on Thursday. So
Yes, Friday
Yes.
free show on Thursday, so
At
plan for that.
noon, yep.
Is there anything else, guys? I guess we'll see you Monday.
Yep, we got 2 new events coming up, the BDM event and also a live ACT show. All that will be released to the BDMs first on Monday and then to everybody else except for the BDM show or the BDM event later on that week. And we'll see you on Monday.